No seller's remorse. Top money, quick transactions. That's GimmeTheVin.com. GimmeTheVin.com selling your vehicle is simple, fast, and easy. Just log on to GimmeTheVin.com, put your VIN or license number, a couple of pics, and get an instant cash offer.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Real Radio 104.1.
Havoc's been unleashed at SeaWorld Orlando's Hollow Scream. Igniting scorching new fears no soul can escape. With 11 horrifying haunts, including 3 all-new haunted houses, 4 new scream-inducing scare zones, 4 pulse-pounding nighttime rides, and an all-new sinister show, Throttle. Select date September 5th through November 1st. Discover why SeaWorld's Hollow Scream is one of USA Today's top theme park Halloween events. Get tickets for as low as $45.99. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com. In a Greenway Kia.
For over 23 years, my family's been saying it. And right now, the savings are at an all-time high. With 3 convenient locations and one of the area's largest inventories, we deliver the selection and savings other dealers can't. And during the Kia Fall Savings event, you can save thousands. So if you're in the market for a new Kia, visit Greenway Kias and discover one of the area's largest selections online. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. You know, my wife and I love horror movies. We love them, and 'tis the season to watch horror movies. But let me tell you, nothing more horrifying in a movie than realizing in real life, 1 in 3 people in America will die of heart disease. And in some of those cases, even more horrifying, no symptoms. And even crazier, a lot of it is preventable with a scan from Life Imaging FLA. And this could not be easier. There are no dyes, no injections. You stay fully clothed. The entire process only takes a few minutes. Please don't wait. Do what I did, what my wife did, what my in-laws did. Get this free heart scan from Life Imaging FLA. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And please ask about their cancer screening as well, because early detection does save lives. It's easy to make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it, pound 250. Say that keyword free heart scan. They will connect you in seconds. Make that appointment today and take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. CASH. That's cash. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, October 13th, 2025. Lots to get to today. From the hostages are free after 738 days to Mark Sanchez has been released, and his case just got even weirder. Then a massive brawl breaks out after the Chiefs versus Lions game. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. How are you?
Isn't it Columbus Sure
is.
Yeah. When we were kids,
day out.
When we were kids, we used to get Columbus Day off?
Yes.
What's happening now? And even now, I mean, I hear Courtney goes, yeah, you know, my nieces, they have off for Columbus Day at school. Of course, they rename it or whatever. But I was like, well, we used to have it, I think. I think we used to have.
Wait, like we at work or we like in school?
No, I mean, maybe even at work, I feel like there used to be, like years ago at the beginning of this show and the time slot it's in now, I feel like we used to be able to get Columbus Day off, and then everybody went nuts and they got mad about Columbus Day.
Well, based on the lack of people on the highway, I feel like there are some adults who took the day off.
Oh, really? Was it just dead zone out there? Oh, God.
Quite the opposite.
Not at Chick-fil-A, man.
Or Halloween Horror Nights last night.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah.
Unreal crowd.
Let's say thank you for a moment to Universal for bringing us out this weekend to Halloween Horror Nights. Thank you to the Universal people out there, even though I almost got booted out of the park.
Oh, is that why? I mean, what happened?
Mm-hmm. I almost got, I'm going through security. I'm like, I haven't been to Universal in a while. Halloween Horror Nights is a fun time. I don't care who you are. You know, this is like the challenge I like to give to people on the weekend. Go do something. Go unplug from all this stuff that makes you miserable all the time. Go have some fun. And it's fun to go out there. And we're going through security at Universal Studios to get in for Halloween Horror Nights. And as I'm going through, somebody goes, hey, your shirt. And I go, oh, yeah, thank you. You know, thank you.
No.
I thought I was getting a compliment on my shirt. And they go, no, move to the side, please.
Didn't
you need
this
another.
happen to you? I'm having deja vu.
I've never had this happen before in my life.
Was it the Mickey Mouse shirt?
No, they weren't upset like about another theme park or anything. And they go, hold on, I got to get my supervisor over.
Oh,
and the supervisor comes over, and the supervisor looks at my shirt real close. Says, like, pull out the design so I can see the shirt. And then they shake their head and kind of put their hand on their chin.
Is it the shirt you're wearing now?
No. Why would I rewear the shirt?
I don't know, man. You're
for this moment.
You haven't told us what
you've
the
been
shirt
wearing
says.
every day for 2 weeks straight?
No, it's not. No. And that person goes, I have to get my supervisor. Now I've got like 3 employees, all hands on their chins looking at me. And it's my shirt that says Weapons from the movie Weapons, but it's done like in the style of Wendy's. Because it said the word weapons. They were like, oh, I don't know if we can let you in with this shirt.
That's super odd.
Yeah, I was like, there's no guns on here or anything. I said, it's a movie. It's like everybody's wearing like horror film stuff.
Well, sure. And if they had a weapons house, you'd be fine.
Yeah. I just was. It just looks like the Wendy's logo, but it says weapons and it has the evil witch lady from Weapons, and they were almost not going to let me in. And then finally, the last person goes, "Go ahead, don't worry about it." No, okay. And that felt like a bad boy, just sauntering in.
And then you Naruto run right into Halloween.
Right, all the way down, man. It was awesome, though. What a cool event that they throw there every single year.
And I don't know. Is this the first year they had the little glowing necklaces if you don't want to be scared, right?
How crazy is that? You want to be left alone, you have to pay for the necklace.
But did they expand the scare zone? Because I went into the restaurant adjacent to the bar we often went to during broadcasts. Yeah. And freaking Art the Clown was all up in there. Scared the living giant onion ring out of my mouth. It was so much, and I thought this was a safe space. There's so much light.
No. Did you see as many kids out there as I did? I'm always weirded out by that.
Couldn't tell you because it was so crowded.
We're talking like babies?
I'm talking like 2, 3, 4 years old out at Halloween Horror Nights, and I was like, damn, all right, just throw them right in the fire.
And they were wearing weapon shirts, no problem.
When we know that the scary, spooky selections from Lowe's are good enough for these young kids,
Right.
Just
some of my favorite videos is the Spirit Halloween. Little kids come up to like the witch, and all of a sudden they press a button, and that witch becomes 7 feet high, and they've launched themselves 3 aisles
get you every
down.
time. Anyways, thanks to Universal for having us out there this
Universal.
weekend. It was a good time. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, and see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to Air Force One, everybody. Yeah, that's right. The big American aeroplane flying in the sky. They were making their way over to the Near East, if you will. Israel and Gaza have this truce that is holding that was brokered by Trump and his people. I guess the Jared Kushner guy was pretty involved in this. Like, the Jared Kushner guy flew over to the Middle East and met with the Hamas people and made a deal with them in the dark of night at some encampment they were at, and then pushed that through to the next level. And this whole thing is stuck, which I don't care who you are. If you're rooting against this stuff, that's an un-American thing. It's just an unhuman thing, an inhuman thing. You should want people to be free of war across the globe. And at least for now, things have halted over there. But Trump is on Air Force One with all the reporters, as they do, and they're doing one of those media gaggles. And he started talking about going to heaven again. He's talked about this before. And when Trump starts, he's like, I'm not going to go to heaven. I'm not going to heaven. He did it again. Let's listen in.
Go ahead. You had talked a couple weeks ago, you were doing an interview, and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven.
I always love make heaven.
I forgot about him talking about this before and those two words said in that order together.
Wasn't it about his parents?
Jogged my memory. Yeah, because his dad was in heaven.
Making heaven almost sounds like you're going to get on the guest list,
yes.
Which I guess maybe that's what's going on here. But I thought part of the religious lottery was you picked one, and then if you go to the pearly gates or whatever, you get up there and you hope that your team was the right team. You're like, oh boy, come on, Muslims.
That. And I feel like there are some dedicated Trump fans who think that he is the big in between him and God. I mean, I've seen so many pictures online of Jesus and Trump just side by side, and he still says himself he doesn't think he's going to make heaven.
No, he's not going to make it. He says, I don't think. Wait, hold. Let me get to his actual quote there, because he said quite a few things.
How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, I'm being
a bit cute,
a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven.
You know, I thought that anybody could make heaven. Wasn't that the whole pitch?
Not
That's
so
like,
much.
It is.
You could go to my dad used to go to prison and talk to the inmates in there about
you guys are going to
finding
make
God.
heaven.
Yeah, and if the inmates can make heaven, boy, I thought all of us can make heaven. I mean, except for me. I will be thoroughly rejected at the gates, on the count of the not believing part. But he doesn't think he's going to make heaven. So we'll see what happens.
Why didn't that reporter follow up with, do you think you're going to hell, Mr. President?
that would have been a good follow-up. Where do you think you'll be going?
What happens
Mr.
after
President? What's on the other side?
I'm just a little light purgatory.
I'm going to come back as a sloth.
He doesn't think even this is going to make him into heaven, but we shall see. I mean, we will never see, but you get the point.
I'm definitely going to heaven.
We will get into the whole hostage situation where the hostages were released after all of this time. I mean, 738 days. It's crazy to think. And there's so many moments. Like, I'll give you one here before we get into this, and I'll tell you, who these people were and what happened and how the trade-off went, because it's kind of interesting. But here's one example of one of the hostages meeting up with, I believe it's his mother. She looks young, very young, but he's young too. And they hadn't seen each other in like 2 years. And the whole time she probably thought he was either dead or never going to make it back on account of the situation. They get their first meeting in all that time. I mean, that would rock your world.
Yeah.
After 2 years of somebody being kidnapped and held hostage, and you're stuck in between the like countries and terror groups and stuff, and as just a person, there's not a damn thing you can do. And you're just hoping for the best, and then you get that moment where you're able to see that person again. And let's mention here, there were a lot of people who didn't get to this. This is only like 20-something people, and worth mentioning that not many of the ones who were released live here in this final release from Hamas were women. I don't know what that says, but these mostly men that were released were just 20 or so in number. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the show and how that whole swap went down.
After all this time, though, they keep in touch.
With the Hamas people?
Not Hamas, but the hostages were after all this time, they're seeing their families for the first time. It's absolutely wonderful. But exchange an email. We'll do
text
a reunion.
Thread, maybe?
Send you a meme on Instagram.
I don't know that they were together. I don't know that they were in a big group with a lot of other people for a lot of this time. I think that they were sort of scattered out in different areas. And a lot of them were underground in these tunnel systems in the area. And it just being a pawn in a game like this, it's just so crazy to me. A lot of these people were just at a music festival, folks. That's what they were doing.
One of the things I thought was a little, I found it odd, is that they also said they were releasing the not alive hostages.
Yeah.
And I was like, so they just keep the bodies around?
Well, they said that there were some of the bodies where Hamas was saying they don't know where they are. They said people who were guarding the bodies were killed in some cases, and they couldn't locate them. You never know what to believe. The only thing I believe is that there are human beings who have been released that are alive, because I can see that. I could see the prisoner swap going down. But we'll touch on that in a bit on the show. Right now, let's go to last night. Sunday Night Football, everybody. Oh yeah. Man, I was tuned in. Sports. Yeah, baby. Watching the Chiefs and the Lions, the Detroit Lions, Kansas City Chiefs, all the great players on those teams.
Name one player.
Patrick Mahomes, baby.
Name another one.
Patrick Mahomes' friends.
Oh, come on.
He's a pretty big name.
Oh, one of the Kelsey brothers is on the Chiefs,
isn't
he? He plays basketball.
All right, buddy. Here we go.
You know it. Don't be ridiculous.
Travis?
Yes. Travis Kelsey.
What's the other guy's name? The other Kelsey.
Travis Kelsey's brother.
Yeah, I don't know the
Jason,
other-
right?
Jason. Yeah. So I don't know much more than that, obviously, but I do know there was a big-ass fight with just a little bit of time left in this game. One of the players, Brian Branch, came out and smacked another in the helmet. Like, he popped him. He just, like, hit him in the helmet. This guy, Juju Smith-Schuster, was
that's
hit
a fun name.
by Brian Branch, and it just triggered a brawl. I mean, big. All right. Everything looks okay for a second, and then they just start spilling out, knocked one of them over. Brawl City. I'll turn it down in case they start cursing in the crowd.
I like AO guy.
I mean, just like everybody gathers in the center of the field, and these idiots are all fighting each other.
And they're all
cameras
giant.
rolling.
Like, how do you even stop that when both teams are going at it?
Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah,
little
and
person is stopping that?
You know what's tough? Now, I, as a football player myself, I've played a little football in my days. All right. One thing I know is it must be hard to fight in full uniform like that.
Yeah.
Because you can't see anything. You don't have like a peripheral vision in a helmet. You don't have you have a little bit, but the helmet is covering a lot of stuff. And like somebody could come behind you and wallop you and kind of like duck and dive and hide behind you if they wanted to.
Or just wrap their fingers around your helmet and you are now out of control. You're just getting your head whipped around.
Yeah, they could just wing you around like that. But they all gathered. They were kicking somebody. Look, they're kicking somebody down on the ground in the middle of all this.
Boys, come on.
Some messed up stuff. These are all adults. These
to
are
have fun.
millionaires. These are all millionaire adults who are supposed to be professional athletes. And what a catastrophe. They were fighting out in the middle of the field after the Lions lost to the Chiefs. One of the coaches was very upset about this. And Dan Campbell is his name. Let's see what Dan says about Brian Branch's action.
I love Brian Branch, but what he did is inexcusable, and it's not going to be accepted here. It's not what we do. It's not what we're about. I apologize to Coach Reed and the Chiefs, and and shoot. That's not okay. We that's not what we do here, and it's not going to be okay. He knows it. Our team knows it, and so. That's not what we do.
All right, not what we do, he says. I don't know if that will be I guess a fine, right? Would you get a fine for the fighting and stuff that happens out there?
Does everybody get fined?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I had the tidbit about how you can't see that well out of the helmet, C-Lane. That was my
This is true. I got nothing.
contribution. The rest of it, I don't know.
Same amount of fine that owner got for the double birds.
What did he get? 250, 250,000 for that? Maybe. Brian Branch, though, in trouble after that fight last night during the Chiefs-Lions game. And man, was it a barn burner of a game. Whew! I was on the edge of my seat watching that. I swear to you, I had my little flag. I was waving it.
Which flag?
Yeah. Just the NFL, just
Rob Lowe style.
Yeah, Rob Lowe, just very general. I don't want to take sides. Don't know enough about this. Over at the box office this weekend, number one, not really with too many bullets, the new Tron movie. Anybody like Tron?
No.
Anybody? You ever ran into a Tron fan out there in the world? I don't know that I have. Like somebody who's like, "Oh my god, I love the Tron ride."
I heard
the ride's
that was
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
That's-
But
How
the
do you
movie's
know
not
a
so much.
Tron fan from just crowd of regular people?
I think maybe they appear to be a Jared Leto fan since he's like the main guy. I think there's crossover in those. Maybe they might have a 30 Seconds to Mars shirt on, for instance. They could have that. But Tron Ares was the number one movie at the box office this weekend. $33.5 million. Roofman was in at number two, which is, what's his name? Channing Tatum, his new movie, Roofman, only made $8 million. Didn't do all that well considering how many theaters it was in. I saw an interview this week, and I was like, this is an interesting kind of thing to throw out in an interview. I'm a fan. Call me a nerd if you'd like, okay? I'm a fan of the 21 Jump Street movies.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
Very funny.
I think they're funny as hell, and I enjoyed them. And in an interview talking about Roofman over the weekend, Channing Tatum says to this reporter, he goes, we really want to do 21 Jump Street 3 or 23 Jump Street, I guess. And he said, I'm in, Jonah's in, like everybody is in and on board. He said the script is like the best script for this he's ever seen in his entire life. And it will be so big and so huge. But there's one producer who's holding out for so much money that even though everybody else is taking pay cuts and stuff, the one producer is like, nah, not going to do it. What? That the movie might not get made. And I'm like, oh, man, come on. And then I was like, oh, interesting move calling out the producer by name.
Oh, did he name the person?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's like, I wanted that. He's like, everybody wants it to happen. I want it to happen, but this person is not getting enough money, so they're mad about it. His roof man not doing as well. Second place, $8 million. One battle after another. The Leonardo DiCaprio movie. In at number 3 with I think $6 million this weekend. The real tough hit was that new J-Lo movie that got, I believe, 13th place this weekend.
She has not had much success.
This is a hard hit. I think that they said the new J-Lo movie cost $35 million to make, and it made in its opening weekend at 13th place $800,000.
Yeah, $20 million of that was paying J-Lo and furnishing her double wide and with all white couches and all that kind of stuff.
I don't know if that's true, but I don't doubt it nonetheless. So there you go. That's how everything looked over there. We've got a ton of stuff to get into today. We hope you'll hang out with us. We'll talk more about that whole hostage release and the back and forth going on there. But when we come back, I got some updates and some pretty interesting ones. We've been chronicling this dude. I wasn't familiar with him before. Mark Sanchez, the NFL broadcaster and former butt punt. That guy.
I know what you're talking about.
He was a Jet star, and now he's an NFL commentator. And he got stabbed, and then got arrested for getting stabbed. And the story just continues.
He got arrested for other things.
Yeah. But the story just continues to get weird. In fact, I've got the clip of him coming out of the hospital, and it's one of the saddest things I've ever heard in my life. This man is broken. Wait till you hear this and what his ex-wife is now saying. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
The right lane's blocked on Florida's Turnpike northbound before that State Road 50 exit. Traveling on I-4 this morning.
Hello. How are we? Welcome to Monday, everybody. Welcome behind the scenes. Hello. Everybody check in. I hope you made it through the weekend. Hope you're doing okay. Are you? Hey, Zach. Hey, weed consumer. Hope you guys had fun this weekend. LL Cool J. You guys, you have to hear this Mark Sanchez interview when we come back. It's so bizarre, and some of the comments coming out of his ex-wife's mouth are insane. The whole thing is unhinged, and we're going to hit on that next in a couple of minutes here. We're also going to talk about how this actual hostage trade went off, which, again, everybody should be rooting for. So amazing after over 700 days that these people, who many people thought would never be released alive, the few that remain, the 24 or so that remain, were released today. In a pretty wild exchange. It's very interesting how it went down.
Well, most people drive about 40 miles.
Booty Sweat says, Sean, how cold do you keep it in your studio? I don't know. Where are we at here? Let's see.
The kids at school, get their groceries, and still have enough charge to visit your in-laws.
We're at
next county.
73 degrees in here. 73 degrees in here. The Waffle House tends to keep it at 70. The Waffle House on the other side of the office wall here. It's a shared space. Hey, I'm back for my 17-day vacation. Must be nice. Holy cow. Hi, Poodles. Hi, Tanya. Good to see Mr. Predicto screwed it up once again. So it's freezing in there? Well, it's freezing in the Waffle House. 73 is like the most middle of the road thermostat temp I've ever heard of in my life. 73 is like, oh, you know, this guy keeps it at 73. It's like the most run-of-the-mill average temp. I keep it at 75 in the house. You could keep it at 75 today. Because last night he like, I don't want to complain or anything, but last night it got a little into chilly territory.
Colleges and universities play an important role in preventing...
Okay, 3 minutes and we're back.
...among their students. Join the Drug Enforcement Administration and celebrate Red Ribbon Week from October 23rd through the...
Christina says, I'll be close enough to make it to one of your remote shows if you do one next year. We will, indeed. Hi, Son St. John. We will. Yeah, we'll probably have a few more live shows next year. The problem has been, if I'm just completely honest, there was a particular salesperson that I found to be completely inept who was in charge of a lot of these events. We did the Whiskey Kitchen thing, and there were major problems with how all of that went down. That person is no longer with the company. So I think after we get this Halloween roast wrapped up, then we're going to put our focus on the whole station. We'll be doing the bike drive event that we've been doing for a very long time, and then we're going to wrap out the year. But next year, I think we'll try to get out like maybe 3 times or so next year. 2 minutes. I like the sound of more live shows. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, generally speaking, live shows are... Generally speaking, live shows are kind of like dog shit content for everybody else. It's really fun, hopefully, for the people who show up and we interact with them. It's kind of fun to like peek in for a little bit and listen to what's going on, but mostly it's not the greatest content to listen to, so you gotta try to work around that. Okay, 90 seconds and we are back live on the show, and we'll get to these new Mark Sanchez revelations.
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the...
All of this because C-Lane called Sean Babe at the St. Patrick's event. That was the genesis of it all. Cal says Waffle House keeps it cold to prevent tempers from flaring, you know, like a jail. That's true. That's why it's always so chill in there until really late at night. Then it gets out of here. Is it really $250 for roast tickets? No. No, with all the fees and everything, it's like $130 or something. It's an exclusive event. It's a very premium event with only a limited amount of seats. But it's going to be absolutely fun for everybody. So I recommend it, obviously. Okay. Let's go. You want to do this or what?
Mobile carriers message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, NA, member FDIC.
Here we go.
Season is in high gear, and iHeartRadio's got it all. The NFL.
All right, here we go. Mark Sanchez. This new clip is so awkward. It's coming up next.
Ball postseason.
Tail time in game 1.
College football, the NHL, and the NBA is about to tip off. It's all right at your fingertips on the iHeart app with play-by-play podcasts and local stations where you can join the conversation.
I agree with the last caller. We got to be done with that guy.
Join the millions who are already doing it. Open the free iHeartRadio app now. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. C-A-S-H. That's cash. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
It's a fresh week of all sorts of weird stuff happening on planet Earth. Here's how you figure it out. You learn about it before all your friends and stay ahead of the curve. Hang out with us each day on the show. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. Before I play this awkward-ass new clip of this Mark Sanchez guy, which you'll hear momentarily, I'll just bring you up to speed if you're not following this. Mark Sanchez is apparently... And don't call him a star on Fox Sports, because I made a video about this last week that did pretty well, particularly on Facebook. And I said he's a star over at Fox Sports. And they were like, he's not a star. And I'm like, well, I mean, the guy's like doing major broadcast sports over on Fox Sports. So people are like, this guy sucks. He's not a star at all. I had not heard of him prior to this whole incident that happened with him in Indianapolis, Indiana, I believe. But the story was Mark Sanchez was out a couple of nights before the big football game he was going to be broadcasting in the city. And he was hammered out of his mind, maybe on some other stuff. And he left this bar he was at, and he starts running wind sprints in an alleyway, which is like the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I do a couple wind sprints every night, especially when I'm out.
Never done that in my life. Never. And maybe I'm not
wind sprints right now. You'll see.
Maybe I'm not a sports guy, so maybe that's a sports guy thing. Maybe sports guys are like, all right, drunken wind sprints. Yeah, here you go. Not me. I don't do that. But he was doing drunken wind sprints, and then he saw this box truck that was in the way of his drunken wind sprints. And the guy was like a grease trap dude. This guy was about 70 years old, and he was out there at his box truck servicing the restaurant at the hotel. And Mark Sanchez got all up in the guy's business, got up in the cab of his vehicle, started getting confrontational with this guy. The guy's pretty much deaf. He has he's supposed to be wearing hearing aids, but he didn't have them in because in the box truck he can't hear anything anyways. So he can't really hear. He just knows somebody's screaming at him and up in his face. And Mark Sanchez starts getting into it with this guy, and the guy pepper sprayed him. It didn't work. Like a hulked out maniac, Mark Sanchez wipes the pepper spray off and
Please,
flings
sir, can
it.
I have some more?
He wings it off like Spidey to try to shoot it back at the person who shot it at him. And then the old man, the grease trap guy, felt like the only thing he could do was defend himself, and he pulled out his knife and he stabbed Mark Sanchez a couple of times in the stomach and then in the chest. And at first, everybody was like, "Our thoughts and prayers to Mark Sanchez and his family."
And Mark Sanchez beat the crap out of this guy, right? Or no?
Mark Sanchez beat him real good. Yeah, in the hospital, he had a huge gash on his face. He had been beat up pretty bad. The old guy, the 70-year-old guy, 69, who we got into it with. But at first, it was like Mark Sanchez is a victim, and then it was like, no, now he's getting charged with some misdemeanors, and then more details came out. It was like, no, felony charges for him. He was discharged from the hospital this weekend, and he was like Charlie Brown or something. It was so sad, and the cameras were coming up to him, and he's like, "Just want to thank my doctor and the surgical team."
Mark, is there anything you want to say to the people of Indianapolis?
Right now I'm just focused on my recovery, and I just wanted to thank the first responders.
Could you make your voice smaller? Could you?
Yeah.
Just wanted to thank the first responders who helped me out with this situation.
My lawyer was doing the same slow walk as me.
Eskenazi Hospital. Watch how you're going to hit something.
Watch how you're going to hit something. Nice guy, Mark.
I just want to thank Dr. Mossler a surgeon.
This doesn't come off as wind sprints while you're out drinking.
This isn't wind sprints energy. No, he's on the other side of it right now. He's like,
is it just me, or does Mark Sanchez look a little bit like Zach Morris had some Mexican in his background?
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, I could see it for sure. He's hurting. I mean, he got stabbed, and he was not doing well for a while. He was in critical condition, so I get that part. He's held on to, at least for now, his job with the NFL and Fox Sports. They have not fired him yet, but he is.
Have they said anything? Have they made any sort of statement or release about him?
Nothing of note that I've seen. No, I mean, they could have, but as far as I know, they're just sticking with him at least for now.
She saved my life, so I'm grateful for that.
I'm grateful for that.
Are you feeling any better?
Thank you, guys.
Recovering slowly, man.
Recovering slowly.
And he
Long
sprints
process.
away.
He gets in his Raptor.
All right, bye, guys.
See you later. It's like the saddest little encounter. Then he had to go get booked. He had to go get booked for these felony charges that he has against him. And then maybe the biggest whammy of all, his ex and the mother of his son came out and said, quote, "None of this is surprising to me."
Ooh, Barracuda.
I thought, man, that's, that
Not
says
gonna
a
help
lot.
in court. Guess you're not writing any sort of character letter for me, huh, babe?
Probably not. No, not a character witness, this one. But, I mean, that's not a lot of words. None of this is surprising to me, but
Says so much.
Yeah, I can read through them quite a bit. I can read through. This is his ex, a model named Bobby T. She broke her silence on his arrest. She has an 8-year-old son named Daniel with Mark Sanchez. And she says, none of this is surprising to her. I'm aware of the serious criminal charges currently facing my son's father, Mark Sanchez. My foremost priority has always been and remains our 8-year-old son, Daniel. I chose to remain silent publicly to protect Daniel. Now that everything's out in the open, my focus hasn't changed. I've always been concerned for Daniel's safety, what he was exposed to. Wow. Sadly, none of this is surprising to me. Yeah.
Are they in the middle of something by chance? Or any sort of custody?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's probably not good between them, Sabrina. I'm going to say, like, it doesn't seem like they are getting along all that well, and they're co-parenting as of this moment. So maybe some stuff about him that we learn as things go on. I got to tell you, and I don't know anything about this. I'm just giving you a hunch. Maybe because I've been this person before. But they released more video of him this weekend. And it was before he went to this bar and before he was doing the wind sprints. And he was just walking all around downtown Indianapolis, looking all drunk. And it looked like a guy who was trying to find some blow. That's what it looked like.
So what guy were you this before? I just want to
This is a very particular look when you're trying to see in a strange city if you could discover somebody who might have some cocaine for you. It's like, hey, man, just zombie walking through the city.
Where does one go skiing here, good man?
You ask a couple of questions with a wink, wink, and a nod, nod, and then you get from drunken zombie walking to running sprints real quick when you get the good stuff, at least. Let us know what you think.
That's got to be so odd as somebody who is a person of note. Mm-hmm. Because I would imagine.
Wait a second.
I would imagine that you're like, all right, I'm Mark Sanchez. I got to find some cocaine, but people know Mark Sanchez. So who do I really ask? I got to figure out who's going to be cool.
Yeah, right.
And the person was cool with, but as soon as I handed it over, he's like, I just want to warn you, this is going to make you do some wind sprints, and pepper spray will not work on you, my guy.
You are going to be shot out of a cannon, Sanchez. And shot out of a cannon he was. By the way, worth taking a moment, barely, but worth taking a moment to say hello to our friends in Canada. We have a lot of Canadian listeners on the show.
Hello.
I guess Canada today is their Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? They have their own Thanksgiving.
What do you eat at Canadian Thanksgiving?
I don't know.
Maple syrup?
I'll share some of what I saw online that I thought was a little strange about this. When we come back, we'll get geared up for Amy Caulfield. After that, we'll talk a little bit more about this trade-off with hostages and what went down there. But the worst, and I mean the worst story that I have heard in quite a while, especially if you go out and eat at restaurants from time to time, you might want to hear this and what this particular employee did. There could be others, but we'll see what happened, because that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 10.
Hey! Oh my God, it's you!
And for today, we are going to be expecting just a picture-perfect fall-like day.
Thanksgiving in Canada in October.
5 degrees today in Orlando. Expect plenty of sunshine and low.
Who knew?
And this trend will only
Who knew you could double up? You could get a Canadian friend, go do Thanksgiving,
mostly for Wednesday.
come back down here next month.
For highs in the mid to upper 80s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Today's not just any day, it's your lucky.
They're thankful that Columbus never made it that far north. I don't know, are they?
Members score up to 40% off more than 1,000 products in store and online. Head to your local Staples store. Visit Staples.
Bootsy says, I knew I'm celebrating today.
Staples, that was easy.
Protect your home with
I mean,
direct impact windows from Reese.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
High quality windows for over 50 years.
What do they do? Let's see.
Less than 8 weeks. Get out your phone, because now is your chance to win them for free. What do? You just text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129. You could win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Pick up your phone now. Text WOW to 20129.
Okay. I almost thought Canada Thanksgiving didn't have its own Wikipedia page, which would be a real slap in the face. It is called Canadian Thanksgiving outside of Canada. Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Day, the second Monday in October. They've celebrated since 1879. It's a statutory holiday. They have a Thanksgiving feast with roasted turkey, roast beef, ham, stuffing, mashed potatoes with gravy, sweet potatoes, cranberry sauce, sweet corn, squashes, Brussels sprouts, pumpkin pie, apple pie, and glazed yams. Yeah, baby. They also throw in some salmon every now and then, I guess. Good for you. And then they play what they call Canadian football, which is kind of cute, you know. Is Nightbot dead? Oh no, Nightbot's still alive. Tell me if Nightbot needs to be rebooted. Though some of you would like to see that just put out to the pasture, I'm sure. Columbus has a statue in Portugal. Man, Columbus really got did dirty. Truly. When I was younger, it was a proud Italian-American, Spanish-American holiday. I'm sure the Genovese types got in on it too. The Greeks maybe even. Everybody laid claim to Columbus back in the day because you wanted to be attached to Columbus, right? He's from here. He sailed for here. Everybody wanted a piece of the Columbus action. And then around came a little thing called the Black Legend. And the Black Legend was a way to shame everything to do with Christopher Columbus by exaggerating a lot of the atrocities that are associated with him touring around in the Caribbean and getting close-ish to the United States of America. And now, all these years later, nobody celebrates openly anymore. We're all scared. We pretend like Indigenous Peoples Day is something that we've always celebrated or that we care about. 90 seconds, and we're back.
They are metal roofing experts. Schedule your free estimate today at EustisRoofing.com and take advantage of their spectacular savings event. Terms and conditions apply. The Real Roofers.
Nightbot is giving the wrong keyword so that they can win $1,000. It could be a heel turn from Nightbot Nightbot says after all these years, it's time for me to win. Hello? Hey. Good. I gotta go. See you later. Be safe. Are you leaving? Okay. Drive safe. Bye. Bye. Okay, it's time. Columbus didn't even discover America? Hey, he got close. You know what I mean? He got close. He was in the ballpark. I'll come back.
Try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Everdor shows up or pays up. If they're late, you get $25 off, guaranteed. That's the Everdor way. Fast, reliable, no waiting around. Book now at Everdor.com. Everdor, the garage door that lasts evermore.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. For a guaranteed cash offer, visit theNickLeeGroup.com.
Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the news.
We'll also get to something else that happened this weekend that absolutely shocked the hell out of me before we get geared up for Amy Caulfield right here on the show on a Monday. Join us. Send us a dispatch by going to thenewsjunkie.com. Around the clock, baby. You can record your video or audio dispatches. Be careful over there or fire off an email over to tips, at thenewsjunkie.com. Happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian friends. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Always forget they have their own Thanksgiving. They do all the same stuff. It's literally like the same meal that they have for Canadian people. And they even watch like Canadian football as they're eating their Thanksgiving meal in October.
Why not just do it on real Thanksgiving then?
It's a different one for them.
Story.
Yeah, they call it Thanksgiving. We call it Canadian Thanksgiving to differentiate between things. But when I wake up and I see on different social media platforms that Thanksgiving is trending, I go, wait, am I okay? What happened? I get
What day
hit.
is it?
Oh, have I been in a coma and I'm just waking up now and the roast is over and I missed it? What's going on? But I saw all these messages. It was like, Happy Thanksgiving, Canada.
This weekend, Canadians are gathering with family and friends for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's
in a
great.
fast-changing, more divided, more uncertain world, this is a moment to slow down.
Don't bring us
and
down.
To focus on what matters.
Turkey.
To give thanks.
Oh.
I'm grateful for Canada, today and always.
Oh, they do like a thankful thing, obviously, just like, Americans do. Here's what I'm thankful for.
I wonder if they butcher it like you do.
Hey. I butchered it once. And then they never did it again. They got rid of the
decades-long tradition.
The decades-long tradition
Thanks to,
was massacred by yours truly. All it took was just 1 year.
That radio DJ at Courtney's day.
Somebody said, this is AI? No.
For the rights, the freedoms, and the opportunities that we have as Canadians.
Looks AI-ish.
Grateful that all of us are part of one extraordinary,
That's the problem. I
generous,
keep waiting
and
for this
strong
guy
nation.
to grow wings
This year
and
has
fly away.
tested-
Courtney hates this stuff. She does. She saw something this weekend, and I looked over, and I try to be nice about it, but she'll see a video, and she'll be like, "Oh my God, look at this!" And I'll go, "It's AI." There was a video this weekend from Only in Dade. It's a very famous Miami area, Dade County, Florida.
Usually get some great stuff,
They do. Yeah, it's a lot of great viral content out of that area. And Courtney's flipping through Instagram and she goes, "Oh my God." I said, "What's going on?" And I said, "Did you just discover Canadian Thanksgiving too?" And she said, No. She's looking at this car, and there's a car in the top of a tree. car is in the top of the tree on this Only in Dade post on Instagram.
And SpongeBob was driving it.
some guy on the ground is like, "Oh man, I can't believe it." He's all mad.
Can't park there, man.
And she goes, "How did he even do this?" And I go, "It's AI." And then she hits the comments, and everybody's like, AI slop, AI slop, AI slop. And she's like, "I hate this. I hate living in this timeline where I can't just think that things by default are real. I now have to look at everything and go, well, is this real or is this fake?"
It gets worse. Then you become the person that everything must be AI. There's no way. I mean, especially going through Sora.
Yeah, Sora.
And I scroll through, and then you get out of that black hole for an hour looking at all these AI videos, and you wonder truly what is real anymore.
Everything seems like it's AI.
Carl to talk.
I still have not used, I have not made anything with Sora, but I tried this weekend because somebody sent to one of our group chats a video of a baby riding around a baby alligator.
That's pretty adorable.
It was pretty adorable.
Florida.
The alligator was going very fast. I mean, and I was like,
did you get inspired and take Jackson outside and go on the hunt for an alligator to put him on top of?
No, I was going to make a video of Jackson where he just pulls a snake out from under the table, and I tried to do some AI stuff, and it was like, Sora does not allow for the use of photorealistic images of people.
Guardrails.
Did you say, "That's my baby, I could do what I want"?
There wasn't like an answer. It wasn't a chat. It was just like, I just got this message and I was like, well, this is stupid.
It is kind of lame, though. Remember, like, back in the day watching...
I just heard Martin Luther King Jr. sing "Back That Ass Up," so I know you're capable of this.
His family is not excited about that, by the way. No. Martin Luther King Jr.'s estate is like, my father, our loved one, did all of these things for civil rights in the United States of America, and now he's singing "Juveniles, Back That Ass Up." What has happened to these times? But imagine that this was what was happening when we were young and growing up, many of us, where you would watch America's Funny Home Videos and you'd be like, "Oh, I think that's fake. That one might be AI. That's not real," because it's convincing enough now. That it does kind of suck a little bit, but I assure you this is real. I assure you that this is indeed real. In California, Huntington Beach this weekend on Saturday. I don't know what's going on in the skies over California, but helicopters do be dropping out of them. And
I saw this.
There is so many videos of this because where it happened near the beach, there was lots of people and they filmed it. And this chopper just looked like it was doing okay. All right. It's like pretty low. It's right over the palm trees.
That one gust.
And the tail rotor or something bust. Something broke on it. And before you know it, it starts spinning.
Yeah, that's where you...
And everyone's like, all right, we got to go.
And then it just crashes into a palm tree and smashes into the ground. And
did you see the other angle of it?
I've seen a couple of them, but on one angle, there's a little kid that got pinned underneath.
Someone was recording right by it, realized that, okay, it's going down, run away, then turn around, and there is a little boy who is literally, I mean, one more inch, and he would be a flat, squished, dead little boy.
And they're trying
some
to,
guy ran in, lifted it up.
Yeah.
It was
They're
nuts.
they're bending their knees trying to lift the chopper up to get all these people out. And they said there were 5 people injured total. And I don't know if there's any deaths as of yet, but stunning that anybody would be able to survive that at all. Lots of angles picking up this crash because it was just right in the middle of everything in Huntington Beach, California. And it seemed like everything was fine. And then all of a sudden the plane, the chopper just started whipping around. And once it starts doing that, you see something fall right off of it there, like there's a large piece of the tail of the chopper that just comes off, pops off right there, and then ends up landing down here on the ground. For those of you watching, for everybody else, the chopper comes down just seconds later. It crashes right into this tree. And if everybody survives, thank God, thank God, because that could have been even worse than it was. So another chopper incident over in California. Let's be a little safer with those if we can in any way at all. Real quick, let's see what we got. Some folks chiming in with their emails. You can email the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody says, what's up, News Junkies? Hey, Sean, if you go back and listen to the Mark Sanchez video of him getting released from the hospital, his voice almost sounds like he's impersonating Charlie Hunnam, impersonating Ed Gein in Monster. It's a long way to go. But
okay.
yeah, I mean, impersonating the guy from Monster, keep up the work. He's really trying to like make himself as low energy as possible. So he's not the wind sprints guy in that clip, in that one particular clip at least. I don't know if we'll be able to get into, we're going to have to wait, I think, on the person at the restaurant who's the worst employee ever, but you got to hear this. We'll do it after Amy Caulfield joins us. Real quick, Alexander to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. While getting myself caught up on missed shows, I was listening to the Thursday podcast. Right in the middle of one of your early segments, there was an ad for all things guns. Either they're getting incredibly personalized when you download the podcast, or there seems to be a trend among your listener base. Honestly, I was more surprised that kind of ad was on there. Anyways, love the show. You keep me sane during these BS times at work, and I'm not sure I would still be at my company if I couldn't listen to you guys during work, says
at a reasonable
Alex.
volume.
Thank you, Alex, for listening to us. We appreciate it. I don't know what's going on with that. We've had issues where they inject ads. I haven't changed anything about how I post the podcast, but I'll check back in with it and make sure everything's where it should be. And you could always fall back to the YouTube VOD, which you can get over on thenewsjunkie.com. All right, quick break. When we come back, we will, of course, have our friend Amy Caulfield from Fox 35 join us on the show. She's going to give us a rundown of all the news grabbing her attention and everything happening in her world. It's always good to catch up with Amy, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Win tickets to the Tampa Bay Bucks game Wednesday on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
On I-4, you're going to run into some familiar delays still piling up. No accidents really affecting your ride on Florida's Turnpike. Northbound, there's a disabled vehicle blocking.
Hello.
See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Hang on.
Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center of James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Today's not just any day, it's your lucky day. Staples Easy.
It's your lucky day.
Extended now through October 18th. Easy rewards.
Question.
40% off more than 1,000 products.
Question, chat.
Head to your local Staples store. Visit Staples.
Where is Kanye West?
All supplies last. Staples, that was easy.
Anybody seen Kanye?
Hurricanes are just kind of a part of life. Just
Where's Kanye West?
This year was pretty easy, but not
Been
all
quiet.
If the right storm comes and hits Central Florida, you might find yourself in an uncomfortable situation or even an expensive situation.
Kanye, you okay?
Just sitting there and either getting a hotel room, which you got to shell out extra money for, or just being uncomfortable and being in your house with no lights on. It's not something that is very enjoyable, but you can avoid it. You can call up Solar Installers of Florida, and they'll design a solar system built for Florida homes, complete with
Guys, I gotta tell you,
meaning lower bills all year long.
We've talked about this a little bit, but just general area of concern right now. The ice videos that I continue to see go viral, it has become the new thing where it's very hard to determine what is actually happening. Obviously, Israel-Palestine has long been this like misinformation war, and it's hard to figure out what's going on. But now, among other things, it's very difficult to figure out what's happening with these ICE videos. For instance, there was one that went viral this weekend, and it's like ICE arresting a 6-year-old girl. Unbelievable. And then it turns out the girl wasn't 6 years old. I don't even know if the arrest was new. The girl was like 20-something, and she just had this bizarrely childish look to her. She looked like a little child, but she was a grown adult, and there was a lot of misinformation around that video. Then you may have seen the ICE video out of Chicago or near Chicago, where the officers are all chasing in their vehicles one car. The car stops, and they pull a young girl out of the car, and she says, "I'm just 16, I'm only 16, I'm just 16. And they throw her down and aggressively apprehend her. Afterwards, people said, hey, this is from last year, and this was some young teenager who was causing havoc on public transportation in Chicago, but that wasn't true either. So, like, you see these videos, there's no context behind them. Department of Homeland Security is not doing a great job of, like, getting out the information from all this stuff. And it's so hard to figure out what's real and what's not. It's just a fire hose of content. 2.5 minutes. Willy Wonka and the Deportation Factory. Sean is the new Tokyo Rose. I don't know if you know what Tokyo Rose is. Yeah, they said George Floyd passed some fake $20 bill off, and that was bullcrap. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know the story of George Floyd, and you know it was inside the gas station beforehand, but I don't know how that connects. What in the world can we believe anymore? You know, it's not easy. It's getting harder. What I like to do personally, and if you're not in the community notes program on Twitter, but you are on the platform, you should be. Because I find it really valuable when I see a post that's getting a lot of attention, I click on proposed community notes, and I can see all the people trying to fact check it. It's really helpful for me personally. But on some of these issues, all of a sudden people are asking Grok, and they're like, and people are asking Grok, is this video of the 16-year-old real? And Grok's saying yes, and then it's saying no, it's old, and then it's hard as hell to find out what's real and what's not.
Hello, hello.
Hey, I was gonna give you my phone. That's probably easier anyway.
Sure.
Thanks, D-Lane.
Can you hear us all right?
Yeah. Well, I hear you.
Oh yeah. Cool. All right.
Hello, Amy.
Hi, Sean.
Amy is with us. Amy's dropping in on the grid. I don't know if you can see. Here she is, joining us from her cell phone today. Okay, 45 seconds. We're coming back with Amy Kaufeld. Let's see what she's up to.
We're back in 1 minute, Amy. I'm going to mute her, and Sean, you're good to go.
By the way, he's lying to her. There are only 30 seconds left, not 1 minute.
To the experts at to millsair.com.
All right, here we go.
129.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. CHECK. That's check. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence.
About the show, go over to the website. Where's it at? thenewsjunkie.com. Over there you can find all the links that you need, and if you want to follow everybody on the show, do that at thenewsjunkie.com/share. It is Monday. It's our favorite time. It surely is, because that's the time when we get to hang out with our friend, the amazing, the talented Amy Kaufeld from Fox 35. There she is. Look at her, ready to go on the show today. Amy, how are you? How are things on a Monday here on a fresh week? Uh-oh.
Good.
It's the Mondayest of Mondays, you guys. So we came into the booth to set up to come talk to you, and the computer decided it needed to do what's called a forced update. Has that ever happened to you?
Oh,
yeah. It happens during our show all the time.
Yep. They get us with that all the time. And then they'll go, hey, you guys can't go to commercial break, by the way, because we got a forced update going on over here. So keep talking for 20, 30 minutes or so. Yeah. See how everything goes around here.
And when the update happens, I'm like, what changed?
Well, it was doing like really good, and then it got to the last 98%, and it decided that the last 2% was going to take like 10 minutes.
Like when you prepay for gas.
Anyway.
Yeah, it is. That is like when you prepay for gas. The last little bit takes a long time.
The first like $58, it just soars into your car, and then the last couple dollars is like
1,000.
30 minutes of trickle.
I don't know if we've ever talked to her about this. But Amy, with all this stuff happening with AI and AI videos, and we've talked a bunch about the new technology released by OpenAI, I was talking to her the breaks a little bit. I said, the new thing, it's been hard to discern what's really going on is a lot of these ICE videos that I see. And you'll watch an ICE video and there's no real context with it. One was this weekend, some girl, and they're like, this 6-year-old girl was being arrested by ICE, but it turned out it wasn't a 6-year-old girl. It was like some woman in her 20s, and there was a whole backstory to it. And then there was another one where it was like a 16-year-old girl, and they were chasing her car, and then she jumped out, and she was screaming like, I'm 16. And then people said, no, that was actually an arrest from a year ago. And it was about somebody who was terrorizing people in the subway. But then it turned out that wasn't true either. And
Did you see the one where they arrested a Chihuahua wearing a sombrero? And that apparently was AI.
I thought that was real. I thought that one was legit. But it's truly, like, it's pretty hard these days to determine what's real, what's fake. And it's not even just AI. It's also the world that we live in, Amy, of the clips where you go, well, what happened right before this and right after this? I just get like a little bit.
No, you're so right. And I think that, it used to be that you could believe what you saw with your own eyes. And now that's not true. And I think that, even in the news business, and I know you guys have to be really hesitant, we're super careful about if you were send in video, verifying that it's real. Sometimes now you have to have like multiple videos to corroborate something just because you don't know, what you're dealing with. And you also brought up the good point about how it's not just the AI videos, right? It's the clips.
Yeah.
And we see that all the time. And how many times do you see a clip on social media and in the comment section, it'll say, great, but what happened right before or right after?
Right.
Because we missed the whole thing leading up to, why was this woman enraged in a restaurant? Like, what happened leading? I mean, you don't know.
It's one of the most disheartening things how many people are just willing to openly lie to everybody in 2025. Like, for internet points or for political stuff, there's so many people who are just like willing to be completely dishonest about stuff. I hate that. I don't know a good way to fix that, unfortunately. But I do hate that that's something, and now everybody has to be on their toes. How was your weekend? Anything exciting going on in your world, Amy?
It was good. Caroline came home this weekend from college, so it was awesome to have her home for a couple days. And it was funny. You guys will appreciate this. She was like, she's in Pennsylvania, so she was like, I really want to go to the beach. And I was like, I don't think it's a good idea to go to the beach right now. She was like, but I really want to go to the beach. I just miss being on the beach. I was like, there's like hardly any beach.
Yeah, no beach.
Because the tide was so high, and then you guys know they've had this like double red flag warning. And
I gotta say,
them treacherous. It's horrible.
I saw, this morning you guys talking about on the news. I can't remember the last time the beach had that. This double flag warning, Sean,
what does that mean? What's a double red flag?
Do not go in the water. There is no going in the water.
That's it.
Almost.
Do you mean allowed? Do you mean you actually can't? You'll get in trouble if you go in the water?
Yeah. No, there were surfers in the water this morning. We kept looking at them we have like beach cams where we can see. We have a camera at the Hard Rock Hotel in Daytona Beach, and you can see all the surfers in the water. And you know how that goes. I mean, they're going to do what they want to do. But yeah, double red flag means absolutely no one in the water. And part of it is because the jetty got torn up, the dock like sort of heading out towards the jetty in Ponce Inlet. And so there's like all this like raw wood and lumber in the water that's floating around. And the beaches are just a mess. I mean, there's certainly no driving on the beaches. So anyway, of course, kids don't believe you until they see it for themselves. So she went up there yesterday and she was like, you're right. The beaches are not good right now.
She was hopeful until that double red flag will get you.
But you still got to sunburn. So,
Yeah. Oh, you got to make the most of it. I like that she did that. Yeah. It's tough times out there. She's just trying to get a relaxing moment away from her school. Do they do they still get, unlike apparently us, Amy Caulfield, like, do they still get Columbus Day off, the kids?
They do.
Oh.
Yeah, they actually got today and tomorrow off, so she has to go back till tomorrow. But it's interesting. So that's she's up in Pennsylvania, but like at Florida State, like I have a daughter at Florida State, they still have class today. USF, they still have class today. So I don't know how they decide what. I'm sure there's like a certain number of holidays that they do get off. But then she did have to go to class on Labor Day, which you would think that would be a for sure day off. But
when they get a job after college, they can take off Labor Day.
Everything is all over the place these days. All right, let's see what's going on out there, Amy. What was really grabbing your attention in the headlines for Fox 35 this morning?
Well, the big thing, as you guys know, is the president is in the Middle East. He started the morning in Israel with the release of the 20 Israeli hostages who are still living, and then went on from there to Egypt, where they're going to be meeting with Middle Eastern countries to continue to talk about peace in the region and how to prosper there. But it was funny because we thought the president was actually going to start talking about 4:00 this morning, our time, and that didn't happen. So we were kind of just like waiting for him to talk, and then so finally that happened about 7:15 this morning, and he spoke for almost a full hour. Actually, really? I think a little bit longer than an hour. There was an interruption. I don't know if you guys were watching it that closely this morning, but there was like a big interruption, and I was like, "Who was that?" Turns out that it was a far left Israeli politician who started yelling not that long into Trump's speech. His name is Ofer Kasif, a member of the parliament from the Hadash party, started shouting as Trump was talking about his special envoy, Steve Witkoff.
How'd that go?
So
I think I have
being dragged out. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I have that right here. Let's peek in and see how this went. Let's listen in.
Please expel this Knesset member. Please expel this Knesset member.
I know exactly what's going on right now.
So somebody got up and started screaming. They escorted him out of there, and then they started clapping afterwards. So there was at least one interruption like that as he was addressing. What's the equivalent to like their Congress over there?
Parliament, maybe?
Yeah.
Yes, they call it the Knesset, but it's basically Parliament.
Yeah. So
he's been banned. It says he was previously banned from Parliament for 2 months back in July. So he apparently had just gotten back not that long ago, and now I'm guessing he's going to be banned again. So
why did they let the band guy back in for this? You would have thought that this would have been high up on the radar or something.
Now.
I mean, I'm watching this, Amy, and another disheartening thing is seeing the people who are kind of rooting against this because they hate Trump so much. I'm like, this is good for anybody who still has a life in Gaza. A lot of these young kids, so many people in the population of Gaza are actually under the age of 21. A lot of them are under 18. They're very young, the population. And they've just been bombed to hell and back for a very, very long time. Israel obviously had October 7th, which is just unbelievable, disgusting massacre that precipitated all of this stuff. And for somebody to come in and do what seemingly nobody else could do and put a stop to that, and after 738 days get the hostages released, to me that's a win, and I love to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there will be people who don't like it because of politics.
You can imagine, for the people they
Go ahead. Sorry.
I couldn't hear you, Celine. I'm sorry.
They
actually, there's a section of Tel Aviv that they've called Hostage Square, which is where they have been, basically celebrating all morning and watching the reunification. But just looking at some of the videos of some of these hostages who are being reunited with their families, I mean, they are just truly skin and bones.
Very emotional.
So it's going to take a long, long time for them, to get to the point where they are even remotely healthy again. Yeah.
And some people are just excited to get the remains of their loved one back, because they haven't even had that for so long. So, I mean, I hope that we all of these armed conflicts that we could see, if we could see any kind of end to them, there's just a wasteless loss of human life is a travesty. And to see this on a path that looks better than it has for certainly, at the very least, 738 days or more, seems like a good thing to me. What else was grabbing your attention out there, Amy?
We got another rocket launch tonight, so looking forward to that. This is SpaceX actually helping to launch some Amazon satellites,
Packages.
which is kind of interesting. The two of them working hand in hand because, as you guys know, Amazon, Jeff Bezos, also has their own rocket program. So, but SpaceX is helping to get some of their satellites up. That's supposed to happen a little after 8 o'clock tonight, so it should be beautiful, clear night for that. Oh my gosh, you guys, this weather is like amazing.
Very nice.
Isn't it, like,
Love it. I
incredible?
wish we were outside.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Do you think it's too early for us, for those of you in New York and elsewhere? Sorry for this, but like it's been gorgeous the last couple of days, temperature-wise. Is it too early for us to be like, okay, now it's going to be like this? Is this still are we going to get blasted with some heat again?
So Brooke said this morning that this is probably like temporary fall, but I don't care. I'll still take it. I'm happy.
All right, we'll take it for now at least. Yeah, I mean, any news other than just like meltingly hot for a while is good news, I would think. Anything else getting your attention out there, Amy?
That's about it, you guys. I think it's been kind of a quiet day. The holiday, the kids are out of school today, so it's a little quiet. Just, other than, obviously the big international news this morning, which we're going to continue to follow throughout the day because now we've got the peace talks that are happening in Egypt as well. So certainly an important visit for the president, and we'll be very closely monitoring it. We also have been talking to a local group here that has helped to rescue some Americans out of the war zone over the last couple of years. So we'll be following up with them today, too, because obviously they're very happy to have now some answers and some peace for hopefully the distant future. I really hope so, you guys.
Yeah,
I feel like,
of course.
None of us are that old, but we have been talking about Middle East crisis for a very long time.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Different tract entirely here. I'll tie it together and make it make sense, Amy. But what's your policy on handshakes? What do you are you a handshaker? And do you have a strategy when you go in for a handshake, especially with like somebody that maybe you're not super close with? Like we might get a hug from you if we saw you somewhere, but somebody else, do you go in for a power handshake, being a power businesswoman, or no?
Okay, so that's interesting you say that. So I am a hugger. I actually prefer hugs over handshakes. However, if it's somebody that I don't know or like an official person, obviously I'm not going to just walk up and hug them because that's weird. So I like to do what I call a medium handshake, which is not too soft. It's like I don't know what you call it, like not too hard. So it's got to be like
Just right.
like a Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Like
Right in the
it's got to be just right.
But do you grab
somewhere in the middle?
Do you grab the elbow when you shake the hand, or do you're just focused on that? That's a move.
That's so much.
No, I actually grab the other arm. So if I'm shaking with my right hand, I'll use my left hand to maybe touch the shoulder.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
a nice light touch.
That's
not too bad.
power right there, baby.
A slight shoulder touch.
I bring that up because one of the most embarrassing things about men is the handshake greeting and how it
amongst
gets
each
used.
other?
Yeah, here's an example. This was just a couple hours ago at the whole thing in the Middle East, where Trump was meeting with Macron, the leader of France, and they had a moment. All right, they're going up, handshake 1, 2, 3, 4. Are still holding hands. Still got the handshake going. Now we switched it up.
And a back.
Still holding hands. Still holding hands, folks. As the handshake continues.
So I hear
now it's
suing.
They're pulling each other.
All right.
It's like a tug of war.
I feel like they're stuck together. Oh, and that's it.
Guys, what are we doing here?
It was also like a little bro, like the little bro thing, in the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a.
I
was
don't
something.
get it.
Like that.
It was like an arm wrestling match. That's what it turned into. They're pulling each other into each other. Guys, why do we have to do this? This is.
I think it's for the pictures because there's probably what we can't see in the video, right? Is there's probably 1,000 still photographers there in the audience, and they're all getting pictures. So they prolong it. It's just like they do on the Hollywood red carpet. You know how they like prolong like the ridiculousness of the moment so that everybody can get their pictures.
Yeah,
that's what
these photographers need to be better at getting the picture. You know,
the real power move is to just limp fish it. Just give them just a real,
or carry him like a baby. That would be fun, like a prom pose out of nowhere.
That's a move. That's a move. They're not going to know strategically how to respond to that. But
okay, so since you brought up Macron, what do you guys think about? I was looking at the pictures of Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau this morning. Like on the yacht, right? Like making out with each other. Did you guys see that? There's something really weird to me about like a world leader dating. I don't
yeah.
It feels. Does it feel weird? Like, I don't want to watch a world leader's dating life.
It seems weird because you don't have too many single world leaders. I don't think.
No,
I don't think
not
it
a
tends
lot.
to be the case. Yeah.
What was that movie where the president had lost his wife and he starts dating like a lobbyist?
Oh, Dave.
Was it Dave?
No,
yeah.
no,
Was
Dave.
not the one where it was like Dave, like where he played like he was like the stand-in for the president.
Yeah,
and then
Dave
he was like,
Dave was a fake president. That was a different one, but I love Dave. That's a great movie. I think it was called The American President or something.
Oh, okay.
And it was like kind of, it was fascinating because it was kind of a look at what we would all be like if the president of the United States had a girlfriend. And like how the news would follow it around, and they found her burning a flag in old footage. Like I was like, this is exactly how we would act.
Or imagine you're on Tinder in D.C. and all of a sudden you're swiping right on the president, newly single president.
Do we have a female president who's single, like Angela Merkel in Germany? Is she single?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I like to see them throwing it around, you know?
But I'm looking, okay, so TMZ has a story about it, and they're like, security guards reportedly watched the duo as they dined, and then after dinner, as they allegedly walked into the kitchen to thank the staff, and the security is like following them around. Like, that's weird. So like you're on a date and like
Katy Perry
security's
sang for sure
following you.
Yeah, there's never any privacy. That's why those relationships are garbage. It never works out. They never know what it's like to be in front of one another. They never accidentally burped in the other one's face or anything.
Or maybe the type of person you have to be with. Just date any normal,
they're weirdos.
Run of the mill. Not only is Katy Perry a, recording artist, platinum, dare I say, but she's been to space, kind of.
Oh, God.
So remember.
And I wonder if she just yaps about that
all
endlessly.
the time. All the time.
All right. Well, she's the best of the best. We think she's the most talented person in news because she is. Yes, Amy Caulfield from Fox 35. There she goes.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Make sure you're following her on all social media platforms. Search for Amy Caulfield and follow Fox 35, not only on YouTube and stuff, but make sure you're waking up if you're here locally every single day with the crew at GDO. Thank you, Amy. We'll see you next week.
Love you guys. See you soon.
She's the best. Amy K.
Huge fan.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got a bunch more clips to work in here at some point in time. A lot of people are starting to dispatch the show, but I got to pay off this tease about this person. It was just a nightmare. And working at a restaurant, wait till you hear what this guy did over a decent period of time at a restaurant. It is true nightmare material, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Road Rangers are clearing up that crash on Florida's Turnpike northbound, just past that Orange Blossom Trail Beach Line exit. The roadways are stop and go there, off to the shoulder. Crews are clearing up a crash on I-4 eastbound before World Drive. Look out for an accident reported on Orange Blossom Trail near State Road 420.
This report
Hola!
is sponsored by Rasmussen.
¿Cómo está? Me llamo Juan.
I'm a nurse. I spent 16 years in the military. I went to visit the campus. The facilities were amazing.
Rasmussen University. Are you ready to be your own?
Happy Columbus Day, everybody.
Rasmussen.edu.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar. Hey, what's everyone drinking? 30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks. Cheers! 5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk.
Hey, by the way, shouts out. We'll probably mention this at some point during the show. Shouts out to former President Biden and his family as he is currently going through cancer treatment He had skin cancer issues a little while ago, but he's got a much more serious cancer. And so he's going through, the former president, whether you love him or hate him, what is undeniably a shitty thing, a terrible, tough situation. Anybody who has ever had cancer in their family knows exactly how this is. And it should be something that we should bridge parties and political divides on. No matter what you think of people, cancer still sucks. And I wish former President Biden and his family all the best. I hope everything goes as good as it possibly can. Be careful before you get deported also? Why am I going to get deported? Brother, I am an American through and through. Sure, my family came from Canada a couple generations ago, but I've been here for multiple generations. My feet are rooted in American sand. Hey, Sean, it was me that texted Sean sucks at writing questions. What does that mean, Skip? I have no idea what you're talking about. Sean sucks at writing questions? Is this like a live trivia flashback, or? The two-party system sucks? Yeah. Sure, yeah. Trump will pull funding for Biden medical procedures? I don't think so. No, I don't think that's going to happen. Nor do I think it's possible. Hey, Sean, I hear Stolen Valor is stating you're an American. I'm an American citizen through and through, baby. One of my family members in my family tree was killed by a Native American, a.k.a. an Indian. So I'm pretty close to all of this stuff. All right? It was in the Boston area. One of the Wasson clan was taken out by a Native American. I can only hope we got a couple of them back afterwards. You know what I mean? A couple of scalps.
And still have enough charge to visit your in-laws.
It's Columbus Day, after all. 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and we're back.
And the best part, you won't have to.
Not only American, but born and raised Floridian, never lived elsewhere. Proud Titusville resident, card holding and all. Congrats to you, weed consumer. Not me. Of course, I don't know if anybody wants to lay claim to me. I don't know if Vermont is like dying to lay claim to me, or if this is just a one-way street. 3 minutes, and we're back live. Yellow Jack says, did I get banned from commenting? Well, I can see your comment, so not yet. But, you know, tread lightly, Yellow Jack. Tread lightly. Lot says, multi-generational Canucks, the real threat to America. The snowbacks are indeed a bit of a threat, but we look past it because in their core, they are lovable softies. Now, they have just kind of given up their country, but they are lovable softies in their core and sweet, sweet people. Yellow Jack says, at the News Junkie, the singer for the Lost Prophets got unalived in prison. I heard that. Anyway. Oh no! Oh no! I'm sure we'll talk about that in the next episode. But the thing about that guy, I don't want to celebrate people's deaths, but if it's okay to celebrate anybody's death or just aw shucks somebody's death, it's okay to do it with this guy. If you don't know why, go ahead and read his Wikipedia article. All right? Go ahead and read his Wikipedia article. Nolan says, Vermont is like Wasson went to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. No, thank you. I feel like the Chappelle Show and the race draft, but states not wanting me. Okay, 1 minute. My father died of prostate cancer. Gentlemen, have yours checked. Good point. Good point. Yeah, I mean, if you can't drop politics to be like, hey, cancer sucks, then you have become one of those shitty people, right? There's far too many of them. Should not be celebrating nonsense like that. And honestly, I haven't seen much celebration, so that's good. But I bet it's out there. Okay, here we go.
Understand the world around you. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Inner Cosmos, and listen now.
Orlando, we're here to let you know that FAS Exteriors is Orlando's #1 window, door, and roofing contractor. You can count on fair pricing, install perfection, and customer satisfaction every time. Trust the leader. Trust FAS Exteriors. Schedule your free consultation now at FASWD.com.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. CHECK. That's check. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
going to happen around here. Make sure you're hanging out with us by joining the show each and every day. If you want to get the podcast, that's fine. If you want to watch us stream live on youtube.com/The News Junkie, that's fine. If you want to listen on this station, that's fine. Do it all over at thenewsjunkie.com. This is disgusting. This person should be put right into the wood chipper. I really say, like, don't pass go. Don't collect $200 on a guy like this. But there's a Kansas man who's in big trouble. He's going to spend over a decade behind bars for the word they use in some of these articles is adulterating the food at the steak restaurant where he worked. Okay. Adulterating. All right. I don't know. That's a weird way to phrase this whole thing. But the guy's name is Jace Hansen. All right. Jace Hansen. He pleaded guilty to not one, not two, but 33 charges against him for doing this.
All right. Now, I have not looked at the article yet, but it says adulterate to render something poorer in quality by adding another substance.
I saw that too, and I
Typically
immediately
an inferior
know
one.
what the story is.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fair way to say it, looking at this. I absolutely think it's a fair way to say it. This guy worked at a steak restaurant, and the judge said to him when sentencing him, repulsive doesn't even begin to cover it. That's what the judge said about this.
A mugshot.
Yeah, they went for this guy. I can't see what the name of the actual establishment is.
Oh, gosh. He looks like a younger version of my old roommate.
Yeah. I hope your roommate didn't do this. This guy did some things.
Oh, my God. The headline I just read.
It probably mentions some of the things he pled guilty to here. They said he posted graphic videos of some of the videos or some of the incidents himself on the internet. The charges include 22 counts of criminal threat, 1 count of criminal damage, and 10 counts of sexual exploitation of a child. He was sentenced to over 11 years in state prison, and they had received a tip that he posted videos showing himself urinating on food and rubbing the food on his genitals while on the clock at Hereford House, a steak restaurant in Kansas City. I hope you have not been there before. I hope for your sake you never went there. An FBI special agent later produced thumbnail images posted by a user with the handle Vandalizer. The thumbnails showed a man doing all of this stuff with his genitals, backside, and feet to the food. They said he would relieve himself in the... Oh, this is going to ruin it for me. It's going to ruin it for me. He relieved himself in the au jus sauce and pickle jars and pressed his privates to pieces of salmon. What is wrong with you? You disturbed, monstrous individual. Ed Gein has nothing on you, sir. This is, in fact, worse. This is worse. All right? The next season of Monsters about this guy. One such message said, I really want this life, honestly. These are some of the videos he posted online. It's the only thing I live for, working so I hopefully could do as much damage as I can someday. This guy wanted to watch the world burn.
It gets worse.
Not even burn, just put his genitals all over the world.
It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. He said, and don't believe him for a second, he said, I would take it all back if I could.
Yeah,
okay.
Right, okay, buddy. You literally said it was the only thing you were living for when you were doing it and getting away with all this gross stuff. But now it's just disgusting. What else did you see, Sealand? Anything else on this? You said it gets worse.
Yeah, the other stuff he was charged with.
I only see the stuff about the food, and then I saw that there were charges about like child.
Yeah, the resulting police investigation confirmed the food tampering and uncovered an even darker element: videos depicting child sexual abuse and messages from Hansen about his desire to commit such crimes. Actually, this is where
bury this guy behind the prison. Okay,
this is where this particular article uses the quote, "I really want this life. Honestly, it's the only thing I live for. Working so I can hopefully do as much damage as I can." Leawood Police Detective Jack Bond, which is a great detective name, Jack Bond, testified the material found was, quote, the most brutal and violent child sexual abuse material that I have ever seen.
Jesus Christ. I mean, like 11 years ain't enough. It's not enough when you see somebody who's doing that kind of stuff.
He better not be working in the kitchen. In jail.
Yeah, right. You don't want this guy anywhere near anything. Just absolutely vile. All right. Let's see here. Let's get into a couple of other things. Yeah, I wanted to work that out fast and not go too in depth if somebody was having a nice little sandwich or something at the moment. But there you go. That's what happened with this particular guy. 11 years does not seem enough for him. But what do you think? Let us know. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Another interaction with Trump over in Israel. This one was not a heckle, but I think one of the parents, possibly one of the hostage families, were talking as Trump was there. Let's see what was said. Let's listen in.
Along with my friends, which were all murdered. One of them, my dad, was still held. His body is still held in Gaza. Later on, I was taken captive.
All right, this guy who is one of the release hostages, he has a sling over one arm at the moment as he's talking to Trump and Netanyahu at this event after the release of these hostages. And he's saying like a lot of his friends end up dying, obviously.
498 days, leaving my wife with just 2 girls up to then. She was pregnant in the bomb shelter for the whole period of time.
Jesus.
That they were all murdered as well. She later on gave birth, and I got my life back. Thanks to you and your staff.
So he said, my wife was pregnant at the time that I was kidnapped. She later on gave birth, and I got my life back thanks to you. This was one of the hostages talking to President Trump over there in Israel. I've seen more of these. All these moments are pretty heartbreaking, but beautiful at the same time. One of the family members got a video call from this hostage that had been for 738 days with Hamas, and then they realized that they were going to be able to come home.
So this is Einat Sangalka, who's become a symbol of the family. She's a single mother. This is her son, Matan Sangalka. This is one of the hostages who is still in Gaza. So it's basically Hamas holding up a phone for him and calling his mother. This is the first time he's speaking to his mother in over 2 years, but he's still captive.
So they had called the families, and they had done these like proof of life calls right before they ended up releasing these people. And you had over 20 of the hostages after all those days released in exchange for over 1,000 Palestinians that were in custody in Israel in a pretty big prisoner swap. And hopefully all the rest of this peace plan goes through. I really think it's just fantastic news for the world to see this happening finally.
What point are we at in the 20? There's a 20-point plan, right?
There's a lot of points to the plan. Yes, indeed. I think we're still at point like 2, because this is where they're releasing each side's hostages, and then Hamas has to haul ass and get out of there, and then they got to put other people in charge and rebuild, and that all is going to take a very, very long time. Okay, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? We bid a very, very sad adieu to the great Diane Keaton. And then Julianne Moore chimes in with fitness tips. Family Matters star is now behind bars after a warrant that was issued. No word on if Steve Urkel did that or not. Plus, we also have Walmart. They have bought a very famous horror location, and you're not going to believe what they're going to do with it. All that and so much more this episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. It's like Thanksgiving awkwardness 5 days a week. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will.
Plenty of sunshine.
Hey!
Really just picture perfect day. Blue skies, pleasant temperatures, low humidity. Nightmare highs to reach right around the mid-80s, a high around, say, 85 degrees today in Orlando. Otherwise, as we head throughout the next couple of days, we'll slowly see temperatures inch their way a little closer to the upper 80s, but generally speaking, we'll stay mostly dry. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Everdoor Garage Door. Everdoor's Forever Springs last for life. And right now, you save $75.
You guys.
Fix, forever covered. That's
Maybe the most disturbing thing I've seen in a week or so. At least that's saying a lot for me. Did anybody see the Portland nude bike protest? Did anybody see the unthinkable thing they did at the Portland nude bike protest?
People are able to do that, but you can, and you can call solar.
At the nude bike protest in Portland, they all stopped to block a bridge off. Many of them fully nude, just hanging out. Many of them not great, not bangers, not 10 out of 10s. And they all laid down on the bridge with dangles and dongles, just hanging out.
Find them online at
Just.
installersoflorida.com.
But it fixed the problem. Yeah, it solved everything. Everything's fixed now. Turns out if you get naked in a bike ride, you fix the problem. But don't expect me to do that for you. Gotta burn that bridge and build a new one? I saw the guy in the chicken costume. Costumes are becoming a big and strategic part of some of these protests. Well, Sean, now I'm going 5-0. Have to get a Discord to be part of Secret Shows Live. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. They left their bike seats at home, I heard. All right, I'm doing it. I didn't want to do it. You brought this on yourself. Do not blame me. Do not blame me for this. You just brought this on yourself. Mr. Predicto, will Bootsy Moonshine die this week?
It is best not to say now.
I think I need an answer, Mr. Predicto. Will Bootsy Moonshine die this week?
The answer cannot be found at this moment.
No, I need an answer, Predicto. What's going on? Bootsy gonna die or what?
The answer you seek is yes.
Oh my God. It didn't want to tell us. Predicto literally didn't want to tell us. He didn't want to tell us. Insane. 90 seconds. How to get around the guardrails of Predicto there. Predicto didn't want to answer the question. Rip Bootsy. She was great. She was great. Except for when she wasn't. But the other times, you know. When people ask me about Bootsy, I say solid 5 out of 10. She's a solid 5 out of 10. She's nice sometimes. She's useful in chat. Sometimes she's not nice, though, and sometimes she's not useful in chat. So you can only score so high on the chatter rating list. Solid 5 out of 10 for the chatter rating, okay? But rip you on account of Predicto.
Drive into Valvoline.
Been a good run.
Change today. No appointment needed.
Or has it?
Expert oil change from our
Hey, I just sent you a video. That's going to be my throwback clip.
bonds and a
Valvoline Instant Oil Change today. No appointment needed. Get a friendly, expert oil change from our team in about 15 minutes. Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons and to find a location near you.
Your radio just got a digital upgrade.
With the free iHeartRadio app, you can save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts.
With easy presets.
It's your personal audio passport. Get what millions already have.
The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
Mainlining today's top stories. You're listening to the news junkie, Sean Watson.
And beyond. We'll see what's going on out there momentarily. You can also join us on the show. You can watch the show on YouTube. You can do all sorts of stuff, and you can do it right through the website. Where do you do that? thenewsjunkie.com. Okay, we will get into your feedback, the first feedback of the show dispatch-wise before too long here. But right now, it's time to do it. So here we go, head first into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I'm a stripper, and I also love spreadsheets.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. Speaking of numbers, that mortgage guy, Don, is really good at them. So if you're looking to refinance, buy your first dream home, debt consolidation, reverse mortgages, if you're 62 on a fixed income, maybe even older than that, work with that mortgage guy, Don. Could be very confusing, but not when it comes to him. Makes the process easy and simple, and you can get that process started today by going to the website, thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Time do be a-flying, and can you believe it has been 38 years since a little baby by the name of Jessica fell down the well.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. Baby Jessica.
And thank God for a very random man by the name of X on YouTube who created this song about falling down wells. That's the video I sent you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. I did not know that's what we were going
for.
for.
No worries. I would have just played the song, but he's got to look to him.
I'm in a world.
Oh, my.
You I fell. You push me down.
Push me down.
I'm in a world.
Is this a bit? Is this guy, is this how he always looks? He's got locks for days.
Would you believe me if I told you that song goes on for another 4.5 minutes?
Is there a great part of this?
I need a ladder, just drop it down.
Beautiful. Truly beautiful.
It looks like it looks like if you rip his wig off and facial hair, it could either be Bryan Cranston or Stephen Root.
It's a character.
That or is the same length and curl for pubic hairs.
Oh, should I let the rest of this run here?
It gets so much the same. Go
okay.
ahead.
Stranger, but can you see that I'm in real danger? Throw me a rope, and please don't let me drown.
Yep. All right. That's
wow. All right. Beautiful.
Update, he did drown.
Absolutely. Oh,
Jessica did not, though, in Midland, Texas. It captured the attention of the country. Hundreds of rescue workers for 58 hours got Jessica out of that well.
Nice work.
And now what? What'd she do?
She is a prostitute now. And, yeah.
In a well.
Yeah.
Well only.
Yep.
This was very, very sad. I think for a lot of people. But rest in peace, Diane Keaton. Of all people, come on, universe.
I was out of nowhere.
Yeah. And sad. She died on Saturday, 79 years old. No word yet on cause of death. But I did see the rumors swirling that she was like rushed to the hospital.
Oh, yeah?
Something happened.
They said that she had dropped a lot of weight recently, like that all of a sudden her health seemed to take a turn, and then she had a pretty big drop in her body weight. So
yeah,
she must have been pretty sick.
Unexpected, and that her health declined rapidly in the recent months. In her final months, she was surrounded by only her closest family. Chose to keep things private. Even longtime friends weren't aware of what was happening.
Damn.
So we better do. Play It Again, Sam, Sleeper, Manhattan, Annie Hall.
I've been
Something's got to give.
I've been informed that our household proceedings for mourning Diane Keaton's death will be Diane Keaton movies all week. So,
As it should
man, it was First Wives Club last night. Only half paid attention to it, but
Come on, The Family Stone, Looking for Mr. Goodbar.
No, what's the one where Steve Martin's
Father
in
of the
it?
Bride.
Yes, Father
Also
of the Bride.
a great one.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Someone who is alive but behind bars, Darius McCrary.
Oh.
Or as you know him, Winslow Jr.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what was the kid's name?
Urkel?
Well, not Urkel. The son. Winslow's.
I don't know him.
Oh.
But you know his face. He was arrested near the U.S.-Mexico border, currently sitting in a San Diego jail.
Ooh.
And he got picked up for an out-of-state felony charge. Did I do that? That's not one of his lines. Anyone got the character name
he
yet?
played Eddie Winslow.
Aha! Winslow Jr. His case says this is a fugitive arrest. The section of the California Penal Code listed online records that applies to individuals in California who are wanted by another state for a serious crime.
I knew it. He looked
Yeah.
like a criminal. Yeah, I knew he was up to something.
It's worth noting, not the first time he's been up to something, Sean.
Oh!
Been arrested twice before, and for allegedly failing to pay child support. I guess family didn't matter.
Ah, I see. I see. Yeah.
But your brain matters. I mean, your brain is matter. And it could be a whole mess unless you do Julianne Moore's new fitness tip for your brain.
I'm listening. I'm trying to drop some weight still before the roast. What can I do here?
Well, this one's good for your brain.
Okay, I can use that too. I can use
Okay,
the
cool.
brain improvement as well.
She says, I remember I had a trainer who used to say, you should take the opportunity to walk backwards.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I just go ahead and walk backwards, especially up a hill, because it's so good for your body and brain, because your brain's like, whoa, what's that? Direct quote.
Is it?
What's
Really?
that? Up a hill? You crazy, Julia. Anything that gets you out of your normal routine, meeting new people, learning a new game, a language, or just walking backwards up a hill. What will she think
It's so
of
weird
next?
that she picked the most mundane thing first. Like all
He's
of
like,
those
Diane
other things.
Keaton died? Here's something stupid.
All the other things she listed are probably, learning a language, learning something
That's
new,
good,
all
that's
that kind of
good.
stuff for your brain. But she picks walking backwards up a hill to
Not
lead
good.
the way.
It's the equivalent. Instead of learning a new language, just find a hill and walk backwards.
I'm going to fall.
What?
I'm going to fall.
Or you're going to fall for some fake Paddington Bears on the internet.
Listening.
And they're sick of it. Absolutely sick of it.
I do like some Paddington Bear.
Now, did they put pants on him this time?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
just Winnie the Pooh without pants? No, Paddington doesn't have pants.
No,
Just that
Paddington's
raincoat.
he's got the red hat and the blue raincoat. Yeah, that's his look.
The producers behind the Paddington films and the estate of author Michael Bond have launched a high court action against the makers of Spitting Image.
Second Bond in today's show, none of them James.
Maybe just cousins. After the beloved children's character has turned into a drug-taking foul mouth parody.
Okay.
Which obviously I would send to you if it wasn't for the foul mouth.
Is this him? He looks a little rough for wear.
Well, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it's like a fire at the Build-A-Bear workshop.
Yeah.
Something bad happening here.
Studio Canal owns
Should have let him name it Charlie Kirk.
Exactly. Christopher. Which owns the film's rights to Paddington, and the Bond estate claimed the satirical puppet show's YouTube spinoff, The Rest is Bitch, infringed on their... Is it bitch? It must be. The Rest is Bitch, the YouTube spinoff of Paddington Bear. It infringed their copyright and design rights by depicting the famous bear in an offensive and adult manner. Riddle me this, is that not parody?
It seems like it would be, yeah.
Does the High Court not have parody law? Is it just here?
The UK laws are all sorts of backwards. It's a real issue for sure. But I mean, we'll see. Maybe they win, right? Maybe they win.
It tests the limits of the UK's fair dealing provisions. So not parody, just fair dealing and crumpets.
This is BS. The Rest is BS. Is I guess the name of it, because this says The Rest is BUL. You know, it's censored out.
Did you see how Spitting Image clapped back at the studio for this lawsuit?
No.
They're called Studio Canal, and so they roasted him, calling him Studio C Anal.
Got him.
I gotta give it to him. That's kind of funny. I like it.
Take that. Let's see what happens next. On the boob tube, we have football, baby. Falcons and the Bills, and Commanders and the Bears. Choose your bracket winners. Your square. How does it work when you're going to do Bears? What about the other?
I'm going Bills.
Okay.
Bills. I'll pick the Bills too.
All right, and I guess we'll go with the Commanders and the Falcons. So go Sports. Hope everyone has a good time. We also have The Voice and the series premiere of DMV on CBS. Celebrity Week is Link, and you can catch Bill Murray on Kimmel. Follow your dreams to me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. You did leave out the other person that tragically died this weekend. And let's hear it for them and their amazing life and career. You guys could go ahead and clap and just.
Oh, you mean the lead singer of
Lost Prophets?
Yeah.
Yes, lead singer of Lost Prophets.
Well.
Oh no!
Do you think he made heaven?
No, I don't. I don't.
Exactly.
I am gonna say strong possibility that he didn't make heaven.
He died in jail.
He died in jail. He was killed by two other inmates, and
for murder.
I'm not in the UK too. You know what I mean? It seems like less of a problem over
Does
there
this
where
fall
the
under
inmates
fair
were killed.
dealings?
Hey,
I
I'm
think
just
so.
saying, I'm not there to support these people for killing a human being, but I'm also not here to get too mad about it, considering this guy's background.
Heinous.
What went down. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about how this actually happened in just a bit here on the show. And then a woman went to board her American Airlines flight when the unthinkable happened. There wasn't a plane there at all. What went down and how could this happen to you? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
On I-4 this afternoon, you're going to get caught up in some familiar delays, congestion, getting through the city there between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. There's some slowdowns. Look out for a car stopped on the shoulder, getting cleared up on I-4 eastbound before World Drive. That's slowing things down. Traffic's piling up once you get off the ramp from Florida's Turnpike to I-75 northbound. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. Fall for a brooding duke. Dive into a steamy romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas. Or find the perfect rom-com from Lily.
Hello.
We're looking to find out how it works.
Is it me you're looking for?
Explain the details.
I'm here in your mind.
Over 62
I don't know what. Oh, now I know. Now I know what he
At
said.
MortgageGuyDon.com.
He sounded angry. You're angry.
Hi, half my
How are we feeling today, everybody? We good?
My outlets don't work. No toasties for you. I should have called Frank Gay. I bet they don't have a bread maker. I'm calling Frank Gay. When your power goes out, don't settle for half-baked electrical service. Call the pros.
Chat, question for you. Does Trump deserve credit for the hostages being freed? Yes or no? Does Trump deserve credit, whether you like him or not? Whether you like him or not, does Trump deserve credit for the hostages being freed? Yes or no? Beautiful voice. Thank you. I am a lounge singer in my off hours. Two Poodle says no. We got some yeses. If you're a no on this, just curious. Just a guy asking questions. If I ask the question, does Trump deserve any credit for the hostages being freed? And you say no, what's your why on that? Yes? Last I checked, there were around 7 countries involved in negotiations, so no. But CJ, honest to God, all those 7 countries have been involved in all these negotiations the whole time. Nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. Kushner and Trump went and put a direct plan down and talked to the main parties involved, and they made a deal. The deal was made between Kushner and Hamas before those other countries even signed on. Still no? No credit? I mean, no other world leader was stepping up to be the leader of this peace plan. I mean, that's the thing that I wonder, like, could anybody else have just done this? Like, why does shit go on for so long sometimes? I know why. A bunch of war-torn losers just want to constantly fight each other like we see in, Russia and Ukraine. Little different circumstances there, but you get the point. Killer Demon? Trump is responsible for Jack S so far. What does that mean? Do you mean isn't, or he is? Or he is responsible for jack shit, so that means nothing? So he is responsible for nothing? Or I'm trying to figure that sentence out. Silent Coda says, no, the rules are we don't give Trump wins ever. Stick to your guns. The guy cures cancer, and we're going to riot for him ruining jobs for healthcare workers. True. Truski. If you can't give credit to, like, the other guys, you're kind of lost, I think. I think, like, Republicans should be able to be like, hey, you know what was good? When Biden did this. Or I like this proposal from Bernie Sanders. Or whatever. And Democrats should be able to do the same thing. We should all be rooting for America, and more broadly, we should be rooting for the world.
Improve efficiency and rake in more revenue.
Jeremy says, if I could find an unbiased perspective of what exactly his role was in the negotiations, I'd be able to form an opinion. Well, simply speaking, he sent his son-in-law over there to talk directly with Hamas. He pushed forward a plan, and Trump essentially said, hey, here's the deal. You can either sign on to this plan, or we are going to annihilate you. Make a decision. Hamas decided that they wanted to live. They didn't want this to get even worse. Now is the time to give up the hostages. Kushner convinced them that that part of this war is done and behind them. They accepted on. They accepted at least the structure that was put forward. And now we appear to be heading towards peace, which is fantastical. To put a nickel behind. Amy says it's too logical? Well, not for normal people, I don't think. I think people still got brains. What was the plan? Well, it's publicly published. I don't have to go through the whole 8-point plan or whatever right now, but you can look it up if you want.
Free trial at LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK. Terms to apply. Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. CREDIT. That's credit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
people out there. We don't use that word enough, but there are definitely some weird people out there. I'll get into what I'm talking about in just a moment here on the show. Meanwhile, learn more or join us with the dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. A woman in China, she went the extra mile. I mean, I think a lot of us have had moments where you have some pretty bad back pain. Back pain is a tough thing. It's annoying. It's miserable. It's distracting. It's ever present. And there's not a ton of great solutions. Like, there are certain things you could do to alleviate the pain. A lot of the surgeries aren't really known for working that well. Rumor has it, it's what broke Luigi Mangione, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense because he had a successful operation, he said, that fixed the terrible back pain he was going through, which is why he targeted a healthcare CEO and killed him in cold blood in the street. But that's neither here nor there. There are other ways to get around these back pains. And sometimes the big medical industrial complex wants to steer you down the wrong road. So I've got to bring this story to you. An 82-year-old woman in Hangzhou, China, recently did something special to solve her back pain. In fact, she swallowed 8 live frogs was her particular tactic. She took them in and swallowed 8 live frogs.
Was she worried 7 would not be enough?
7 is just not, I mean, it's obviously not enough.
One for good luck.
It's ridiculous that you would even bring up that 7 might be enough. 8.
Okay.
8-minute abs.
So
8-minute abs.
I know that their medicine is much different over there.
Mm-hmm.
There's also some practices for hundreds of years they've been around. Is this in the book as far as the live frog stuff?
Depends on what book you're looking at, but I'm sure it's in some book.
I just haven't seen it before, ever.
Instead of reaching for painkillers, she turned to folklore, they said. She had heard that eating live frogs could relieve muscle and joint aches. Without explaining why, she asked her family to catch several small frogs for her.
And they did it.
She didn't even catch them herself? Well, her back hurts, you know.
Yeah, she's 82. She can't get 8 frogs. That's a tall order. That's tough to do. They assumed it was for cooking. They said she wants the frogs for cooking, but it wasn't. She swallowed 3 frogs one day and 5 the next. One was only a 3-frog day. It's tough to get them down.
Okay, but she wakes up and she's like, I feel a little bit better. Let's bring in the rest of the frogs.
Well, within days, her stomach began to ache so badly she couldn't walk. The doctors were shocked to learn of her diet, and tests revealed she had developed a parasitic infection, including, let's look this up, because I ain't never heard of this before, friend.
I'm ready.
Sparganum. Sparganum. This is what she developed in her body because she swallowed these 8 live frogs to fix her back pain. And she had 2 weeks of treatment before finally being discharged. And now skipping home like Willy Wonka when he stopped pretending to be hurt. Easy peasy out there. Just eat your frogs.
Yeah, so Sparganum infection or sparganosis is a parasitic infection, like you said. It is certain tapeworms, most commonly of the Spirometra genus. That's what I guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Consuming contaminated water is one way to become infected. Undercooked meat from intermediate hosts like frogs and snakes. So just be sure to cook that frog and snake meat at least well done before.
What is
consuming.
that? A worm grows in your body? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's larva.
Ew. Disgusting, man. People will do anything. People will do anything. What happened? What happened?
Oh, they say it can lead to various symptoms, including, in rare cases, but more severe, if the larva migrates into your eyes.
Oh, really? That's it seems like it would be hard for it to get.
Eye, not an eyelash. It's a larva.
It's one of those things that kind of sticks with you. Like, of all the things I've ever heard in my life, when I was younger, I will never forget. And this in my life, many times I've said I don't understand certain people, and this was the case where I was like, I don't understand this in the slightest. My mom would take me to the dentist. I had braces. You can't really tell now, but I had braces for years as a teenager. Hated them. Had that retainer thing with the key in it, and you turn that sucker and
oh no, that wasn't a retainer. That was a mouth widener. I had that guy.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
God. Bad.
And then I heard the same joke from everybody. Oh, your mouth doesn't need to get any bigger. You got a big enough mouth as it is.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, I remember so vividly going to this dentist office that my mom would bring me to in Wellington, Florida. And this is why I don't understand this person. We would go in, and on the office wall, they had all the typical stuff, like people happy, smiling, beautiful smiles. And there was one article. There was one news article on the wall, and it said, caution over it. And I, even as a teenager, went over to this news article that was pinned up on the wall and said, caution. I didn't understand the caution part, but I just assumed that maybe this was like something accolades in the local paper for the doctor or something. I don't know, but it wasn't. It was a story about an elderly woman who spiraled and went a little crazy and attempted to cut out all her teeth with a pair of scissors. And it was like she thought there were worms in her mouth, and she was trying to cut out her teeth with a pair of scissors. And the poor woman, obviously she's going through some stuff. They had to rush her to the hospital, and I think she was okay. But this dentist thought it was a bright idea to put that up on the wall. Like, guys, you got to take care of your teeth here and make sure you go to the dentist. Don't try to do the work on your own at home. And I was like, bro, I'm already worried about my mouth and my gums hurting and bleeding at the dentist's office.
That shakes me a little bit at the thought.
I didn't need that. I don't need to think about these things. Ugh, that's bad enough already. Okay.
Did the office fix her teeth afterwards?
No, they didn't even treat her.
They had nothing to do with this woman. They just put the story on the wall.
Yeah, they just saw the article in the newspaper and thought it was horrendous, and then put the article up on the wall.
Yeah, keep an eye out for gingivitis and scissors.
I don't know. It seemed like such a weird move, but they certainly did it.
When I clicked the Google image on this Sparganum.
This is Sparga.
And there was
from the lady eating the frogs live.
Yeah, there's some unexpected teas here, but it's not the kind. No, not the good kind.
Oh,
it's not going to be the good kind when you're researching these tapeworms and stuff.
Why are there boobs on there to begin with?
It's just there's
Does it go to your boobs?
Article about this person. I guess had it in the booble area.
Maybe did it try to come out the nipple or something? That'd be quite a sight. Imagine having long spaghetti
now I'm
noodles.
Clicking on it.
Ribbit.
Coming out of here, and it just popping out of your body.
They're like actual tassels.
Spinning your
Or
worm.
they're like frog tongues, which all of a sudden you can expand your nipple to grab a small fly, and then it just comes right back.
This is disgusting, okay?
You got scissor mouth.
The people are trying to just listen to a show on a Monday here. They have to work already.
Boring politics.
On Columbus Day, and now this.
This is why we should have had the day off.
Jesus. All right, they say you're not supposed to wish ill of the dead, but in this case, I think I'll make an exception.
I swear to God, if you say Diane Keaton.
No. Diane Keaton seemed very nice to me. Although, after a whole day, Courtney was like, I didn't see anybody say anything negative about Diane Keaton. That's nice. And I go, what a ridiculous bar that we have set, where after somebody dies, that you don't say something mean, or that you could be human to other individuals. Like this weekend when it came out that former President Biden's family, that right now he's going through cancer treatment. He already did the skin cancer stuff, but he's got a more serious cancer regimen that's in place right now.
I thought he had testicular, didn't he? No?
No. I don't remember exactly what type of cancer it was, but he's going through the whole process now to try to fight off this cancer, which you should still be able to, no matter how much you dislike the former president, or anybody for that matter, should be able to find a moment of humanity and be like, hey, this sucks. For his family, this sucks. For everybody, this sucks. This is like a terrible thing that people go through. We're all still human beings, except for this one guy. This one guy, I think we can remove that from. Because if you don't know the band Lost Prophets, they were big in, what would we say, early 2000s?
Let's see, that one song.
Would I call him emo, or is that not a good characterization?
I get not really emo, but certainly would be amongst them at like a radio festival. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they played a lot of radio station music festivals back in the early 2000s.
Last Train Home was 2004.
I think none of the groups want to claim them because of this guy. So it's like, do I call them emo? You'll hear an emo kid go, no.
They don't want them. And we'll tell you why in a second. But 2 men were charged with murder on Monday in the killing of Ian Watkins, the former frontman of the rock band Lost Prophets. He was serving a 29-year sentence for child sex abuse offenses at a prison in northern England. I did not know he was in England. I thought he was, for some reason, in California. I did not know why, but he's 48 years old. He was attacked on Saturday morning at Wakefield Prison, and they said he was pronounced dead after emergency responders arrived. 2 of his fellow inmates, Rashid Goodell, 25, and Samuel Dodsworth, 43, were arrested on suspicion of murder and were taken into police custody. The 2 men appeared in court on Monday morning.
In police custody?
Double custody.
Yeah. So they had to. They put a second orange shirt on you, and you don't want to be in that position. It's very bad. But he had pleaded guilty to 13 charges. The front man of this Lost Prophets band in 2013, and I'll spare you some of it. But if you ever look up Ian Watkins, I-A-N, last name Watkins, W-A-T-K-I-N-S. If you look up his Wikipedia entry,
not good.
You will not be sorry that this human has been erased from existence. You will not feel bad that his days are now over. The stuff that he was doing with fans, eager and also disturbed female fans, some of them who had infants, just subhuman behavior, can make no one miss this guy afterwards. But the judge said that he was a sexual predator who used his power to induce young female fans to satisfy an apparently insatiable lust and take part in the sexual abuse of their young children. He plumbed new depths of depravity with his actions. And now he is no longer with us. Probably did not make heaven. Probably did not make the cut there. So there he goes.
He even was doing bad stuff from prison.
What?
Really? What did he do in prison? I didn't see that.
In October 2017, Watkins was accused of grooming a 2-year-old girl's mother from prison through a series of letters. In response to the report, a spokesman for the NSPCC, which is probably the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, says this is an absolute shambles. We're sickened. It's utterly bewildering that he could carry on grooming. Shows contempt for children he abused, raised serious questions. By March 2018, he was back at HM Prison Wakefield.
That's evil, man. That's like evil personified to me when you hear somebody who does that kind of stuff. Absolute evil personified. All right, let me get to the other story I teased, and then we'll get deeper into a bunch of things. One of them being this whole prisoner exchange slash hostage agreement that just took place today, and some more of the things that happened around it. But I said that there was a woman who booked a flight on American Airlines. C-Lane, Sabrina, you guys fly American Airlines at all? You guys been on one of those flights?
I have in the past. It's been years.
It's been a while, I think. I don't remember.
Just been using Delta these days.
To me, this would be a surprise if I booked an American Airlines flight and this happened. But there was a woman who said she found herself on a surprising flight experience when her American Airlines connection, she landed in Indiana, all right? And in Indiana, she had a connection to Chicago. And they said, everybody line up, Terminal 16. Terminal 16, line up. Everybody lines up. They say Terminal 16 will be boarding in about 30 minutes, everybody. So make sure you have your tickets and your boarding passes ready to go, and we will start boarding shortly. Have a great flight. And they start boarding for this connection from South Bend, Indiana to Chicago. And people who got to the end of the old gangway there had a bit of a surprise because there was no 747 or 757 or 767 waiting for them on the other side. There was a bus, and they were boarded onto a bus. And I guess this is something that American Airlines does now with the landline company. And that you'll book a flight, and the flight will be like, okay, we'll fly you to here, and then you got a connection, and your connection might be a bus.
And they
might
don't
put you in a
tell you
bus.
ahead of time?
She said she didn't know. She said the idea of taking a 2.5-hour bus instead of a perfectly good train or something else was kind of embarrassing. When I exited the gate to get on the plane, it was a bus. She noted that even the flight crew was taking pictures of the unusual event on the tarmac. We were driving beside planes when they were taxiing, she said. And then there was a 2.5-hour bus ride from South Bend International Airport to Chicago O'Hare. So this was the first day that they did this. And when she bought the ticket, she had no idea.
Moving forward.
Yeah, well, it's something that they're doing. It's something that they're offering moving forward. You might think you have a connection somewhere. You got to look at that fine print. I don't know how fine it is, but you might end up going out and getting on a bus for the rest of your journey.
Am I playing airplane prices? Because that's baloney.
Probably, yeah. I don't know how the process is booking this, or if it's very clear. Like, hey, this is going to be a bus that you're taking here, but certainly it caught her by surprise. That's
so
what she
weird.
said.
There's a post on the American Airlines subreddit. Somebody else, I guess, who ran into this situation.
What they said,
and he said, I was looking at some flight routes and surprised to see this, alluding to the fact that one of the flights is a bus ride. It actually says, flight 1 of 2, bus. Flight 2 of 2, Boeing 737.
It's not a flight. That's misleading, I think. And were they pissed, these people, or were they like happy about the experience?
I think they were just like, did not know this was a thing that they did. Did you say it was South Bend International? I didn't find that to be an international airport. I flew into South Bend once. It was tiny.
Yeah. It says it was a 2.5-hour bus ride from South Bend International Airport to Chicago O'Hare, according to this particular article about the experience. If that's happened to you, let us know. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get into some of the Hamas ceasefire stuff. For those of you not interested in that, don't worry. There is a story about a grandpa and something that happened to this grandpa and something he's struggling with right now that's going to grab you all. Grab you right by the butt and hold on tight, because you think you're having a tough day? Wait till you hear about what this grandpa is going through right now. All right? Wait till you hear about his situation, because that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
Monsters in the morning.
Did you ever make a joke at TSA?
No.
I did it one time. They were laughing their ass off. I was going through, and I said, hey, I've got lederhosen. It makes my nipples chafe. And man, they were laughing.
Hey! Skull mic, activate.
Keep an eye out for an accident slowing things down on the 4 eastbound approaching that Florida's Turnpike exit. That's off.
Can you sue for false advertising? No, not if they say that it's a bus.
It's stop and go.
You know what I mean? Not if they say that the connection is a bus. I gotta turn this thing.
Call the Valvoline instant oil change traffic tip line at 866-677-60.
Okay, better.
From the traffic center.
Cameraman was a little off kilter there.
Is sponsored by Ali.
It should show the flight time. I take direct flights. My last flight was on a Southwest Airlines plane to San Antonio before the pandemic. You haven't flown in 5 years?
Aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Another month, another high utility bill.
That's rough.
Indoors might be the culprit, letting valuable energy escape.
Although Courtney's dying for a vacation, and she absolutely deserves one. I was supposed to take more vacations this year. It didn't pan out. Now we got all this stuff ahead of us. It's unbelievable. Let's see how you guys match up. Do you think this peace process going on right now in the Middle East will Let me be specific. Do you think the peace process right now will last 6 months? Yes or no? Because people are doomers about this. I mean, CNN had a poll. CNN's poll was this question. Will the Gaza deal lead to peace between Palestinians and Israelis? 86% no. 86% no. 14% say yes, it will lead to peace between the Israelis and the Palestinians. Long-term peace? I don't know. But will it last 6 months? Let's have little goals. Little tiny goals. No, says David. Stevie says of the bus situation, that's common in the Chicago area. They offer buses from Madison to Milwaukee. Your Milwaukee looks a little bit like Bukkake. Sir, your Milwaukee looks a bit like Bukkake. I typically take the Madison to Chicago bus. Stevie says Israel would have to recognize a Palestinian state first. Silent Coda says the mantra is from the river to the sea. The elimination of Israel is baked into the ethos. I mean, I wonder how many people have given up on that after the abject destruction of the Gaza Strip. You know what I mean? Like, I think on October 7th, there were some Palestinians in Gaza, in the West Bank too, that woke up and they were like, fuck yeah, we got them. And they're like celebrating this horrific attack. And they thought it was going to be the springboard to them expelling the Jews, right? From the river to the sea and all of that stuff. But after seeing that and then what happened afterwards, I wonder, I'd love to see an opinion poll on Palestinians right now. Right now. Like, would you be cool with a two-state solution and peace? Will you drop this shit where you're like, from the river to the sea is the only way? Not a lot of people know. I mean, it's a complex process, but when people talk about just a one-state solution, what the Palestinians want is the right of return so that every Palestinian anywhere in the world can immediately come back to this new one state, and then they would be able to dominate the Jews if they had a larger population. The whole thing's a mess. So they need to figure out how to live next to each other. Let's just stop the bombs for now. You know what I mean? Does religion start wars? Yeah. But this is only like slightly a religious war. Religion's a part of it, but it's not because of religion. Not solely. All right, here we go.
Goes to the commercials. Trick or Treat Radio, just for the kids. Plus, explore curated Halloween playlists perfect for party vibes and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
iHeartRadio. It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. CREDIT. That's credit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
time with the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. This is the News Junkie. Go check out the website. I've been assured finally that the new update for the website will push probably in the middle of the night tonight. New update. coming in probably, the next 24 hours ish on the website. Lots of features and stuff. We'll talk about that when it goes live. So beware in case a couple of things break tomorrow. They will get fixed. Just give it some time and patience. In the meantime, difficult question for you, but I want you to take this seriously. If you guys had to have a deformity, all right?
Ooh.
All right. If you had to have a deformity, what part of your body would you choose if somehow you were able to get power over that to have the deformity? All right. Because, it's everybody knows it's tough. It's really very difficult going through life different.
Yeah.
Physically different than other people. People will be brutally mean to you. And it's just commonplace that they'll bully people for physical deformities and stuff. So if you had, if you had to choose nose being deformed or ears or nobody wants the genitals. Nobody wants the deformed genitals. That's not good.
Man, you are setting me up. I'm trying. You said take this seriously, so I'm not making jokes.
You can make jokes too if you'd like, but
we're picking something that everyone can see if you're walking about the town.
Yeah,
except
you could try.
It's your genitals, I suppose.
You could try to be strategic and say if this happened, then nobody would be able to see this. I ask all of this for a reason that I'll bring into
I'm having a hard time
play here in just a moment. There's not a good option. Everything sucks.
Toes.
If your teeth are messed up, that's a misery that you have to go through. That's very difficult. If you got a problem with your nose or your ears or your anything, it's all bad. This poor guy. This man has been struggling. Okay. His name is Gerard McAleese, and he has a bit of a issue with his nose, you might say. For those of you watching on YouTube, this is what Gerard's nose looks like. It's a bit,
that is
a hunker.
That is a schnoz.
He says that he is sad because his nose is so big that he cannot kiss his wife. He cannot kiss his wife.
He's married.
He is. Yeah. Does that surprise you? Yeah, he's married.
And sickness and how?
Let me give you another Gonzo-esque shot of him.
He looks like a cartoon. It's wild.
There he is. This is Gerard. And his nose. And he says he's been very upset.
His wife could try a little harder. He could kiss his wife.
Just lift it up a little bit.
Just turn her head sideways and kind of get up into that thing.
It's a dangler. He says he also accidentally licks and spits on his nose because it's dangling down so far. Mm-hmm. He said he noticed it just getting a little bit bigger about 10 years ago, but he has something called rhinophyma, a swelling of the nose, which leads to it growing in size and becoming more and more bulbous over time. So this guy's nose was just getting bigger and bigger.
And not something they can surgically remove, huh?
Well, I think that they can, but it takes a while. He says, when I went to the doctor, they said, can you breathe? And he said, yes. And he said, that's fine then. As long as you can breathe, you're good to go.
There are so many things he cannot do. Snorkeling. Won't be able to do that.
Not possible.
A custom mask.
Maybe not even just swimming. It seems like that would be kind of tough considering the nose.
Was that buoyant?
I would tell you, if you're listening, it looks like a rather large potato is dangling down from this guy's nose. And it goes all the way down to his bottom lip. It kind of rests. His nose is just resting on his bottom lip.
What's the Muppet that has the
Gonzo.
same nose? Yeah.
Is it? Hang on, let me see.
Gonzo was humanized.
Gonzo. Oh, shoot. Hang on. Gonzo. Let's see if we could see the comparison here.
Cases like this, it's always just so interesting. Weird word for me. It's absolutely Gonzo nose. Gonzo's nose also looks like a penis. That they, it's always the same line. Started noticing it growing or getting big 10 years ago. And then at what point were you like, it'll go away to you are now in international news because of what happened to your nose? Why not go to the doctor prior to that?
He said at first it wasn't too bad, but then he kept getting made fun of at the local pub that he goes to, and he couldn't go to the pub anymore. And then he said when he would go to dinner with his wife, people would stare at him and make fun of him. So his nose was too big to go out to dinner, and his wife would go out to dinner alone.
Being the waiters, like, what can I get for you? Whoa.
Here's the comparison visual for you on YouTube. It's got this. All right, there's the guy, Gerard, and then there's Gonzo.
Yeah.
Gonzo's is a bit bigger.
Gonzo's is a little more phallic. His is kind of a chode nose.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Gonzo's is more banana, and his is more potato.
Yeah, colloquial terms for rhinophyma include whiskey nose, gin blossom,
no way,
toro's nose, and potato nose.
Wow, that can happen from whiskey?
Boy.
Yikes. Yeah,
I mean, he
tough.
did mention it. He realized it was a problem when his bar friends started making fun of him.
They did, yeah. This feels rude, but that's what people do. That's what I'm saying. It's difficult out there. You got a problem with you. People go, they go ham on you. It's unbelievable.
It says here, rhinophyma can cause physiological distress due to its effect on one's personal appearance, clearly, right? As well as social perception of a link with alcoholism, which to me sounds like there's not an actual link, except
people think there is.
I don't know why they would think drinking a lot gives you a big nose.
I don't think he has a coke problem, I'll tell you that.
You know what's screwy? Somebody took this picture of him. Like, why? Sir, just stand there. We've got to document
I think
the
that's a selfie.
nose.
He just has...
I'll put this up. Hang on. Let me get a great shot of this for See It Now, because everybody needs to see what's going on with this gentleman. And I want you to just think about when you see somebody like this out there in public, does it take a lot of work just to be sweet to them? Does it take a lot of work to be nice to people who are a little bit different out there in public? I don't think so. But,
What do you talk about, Sean? You're running into him. No one's talking to him. He seems upset and alone at the bar. What are you saying to him?
I'm going to say, hey, how are you, sir? And
heard any good jokes lately?
And I'm going to say, after I say, hey, how are you, sir? I'm going to go, okay, you have a great day.
Nice
and then I'm going to go.
No.
I'm going to go talk to Courtney, and I'm going to be like, that guy's nose was crazy.
You see that thing?
Immediately going to say something about it.
Although rhinophyma has been commonly presumed to be linked to alcoholism, a direct causal relationship between the condition and excessive alcohol consumption has not been substantiated. Alcohol may cause increased flushing in those affected, which, if you got a nose that big and your alcohol's making you flush, it's just making that sucker red.
Yeah, and then it's Rudolph style, just glowing out there on the end. Somebody says, why is he so red? It's because he's thinking people are looking at him. He's starting to judge himself a little bit more. It's tough times, but there he is. Check it out. It's on the See It Now section of the newsjunkie.com. This guy's really going through it over there. Okay, let's see. Columbus Day not going well over in Spain. There is a painting in Spain. There is a painting of Columbus that just got vandalized. I hope this has one of those protective shields over it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they got it.
What are they trying to spell out?
I think they were just trying to wing the paint up there. They're not Columbus fans.
That's some potent paint.
Don't we know at this point at the museums that there's a danger of this happening? Aren't we on high alert for the paint tossers at the museums after some of the recent events we've seen? How do they still get in? And they fling up all this stuff here. And I hope...
Where do they hide it?
I don't know. I have no idea, but they pull it out.
That guy's nose.
By the way, it's a very, very, very big painting. This painting of Columbus is like maybe 10 feet tall by 20 feet, 30 feet long. It's absolutely massive. They got him. They don't like him. They don't like him.
Oh, and the security guard slipped on it. Even worse.
Yeah, he was trying to pull the woman down and get him away from this painting that they damaged. And unbelievable. Just an absolute catastrophe here. Hopefully the painting survived for those who are still fans. A couple of Christopher Columbus fans out there still. I see you. This was in Madrid's Naval Museum in Spain that they did this. Always attacking the artwork. Somebody put in a lot of work. Somebody put in a lot of work to paint that, folks. A lot of work. When I look at the output from some of these folks, like is it Tampa or St. Pete where there's the Salvador Dali Museum?
I think St.
One of the two.
Right.
It's a museum with just Salvador Dali stuff, and it is massive. That man worked and worked and worked. And then he was like, I'm bored of painting. I'm going to make tables and I'm going to make furniture and I'm going to make this. I'm going to invent stuff. And now I'm going to do this. And did so much stuff. It fills a massive 3-story museum just all on his own. And then there's probably somebody wants to do that to his paintings too. Somebody probably wants to do it to his paintings.
But it already looks
just
like
destroying it.
Paint that's spilling. That's the whole thing.
Some of his. So I didn't realize Dolly did some of those ones that are so big too. I like when you go to a museum and you see like a painting that's bigger than you.
How long does
like
this take you, huh?
Massive one.
Weird to think that like the guy had to get on a ladder probably to do a lot of this work.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've told this story before, but I went to the Museum of Modern Art in San Francisco years ago.
MoMA?
And and at SF MoMA, it wasn't. I got the name wrong in my head. I'm thinking Chuck Close in my head. It's not Chuck Close. The famous artist Chuck, who paints with his mouth because he became paralyzed in his older life, and he paints only self-portraits. And he's probably dead now. But we went to see his whole gallery at the SF MoMA in San Francisco. And this guy would paint these things with his mouth, and they were 12 feet, 14 feet tall. And they were made up of like little pictures of him. And then all the little pictures of him made one big picture of his face.
There's a lot of mouth artists.
This guy is famous for he just paints his own face. He just paints himself, and he does it with his mouth. Chuck something.
I'm seeing
artist, mouth,
Fraser,
painting.
Sarah Biffin.
No.
Miriam Payer.
Brian Charnley.
Chuck Close. That's it. Chuck Close.
Not even on this list.
Yeah, Chuck Close is the guy. If you look him up, you might find it familiar. No? Look up Chuck Close. You'll see it's always like him smoking a cigarette or something. And
how did he smoke a cigarette?
It was before. A lot of this stuff was done before he ended up getting disabled or ended up being disabled. And then you'll see some of them that look like a bunch of dots, but the dots are actually, when you get very close to them, little pictures, and then the little pictures make up the big picture. And it's crazy levels of talent. And I'm not sure if anybody's ever hit him with the paint, but everybody could be a target at any point in time. Be safe out there, folks, and watch your noses. We'll hear from you when we come back on the show, and we'll get to jury duty. Let's see what's happening in a bunch of courtrooms. Plus, the first thing we got to hit on is the most unhinged, insane marathon ever that is planned. Well, you missed it this round, but it's coming up again next year. They just finished this. What does this unhinged run entail? Wait till you hear the details. Coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
This is Doug.
Going for 256 yards and 2 scores. The Buccaneers now 5-1. They beat the 49ers. Meanwhile, the Dolphins are 1-5. They lost to the Chargers on the last-second field goal, while the Jaguars fell to 4-2, losing to Seattle. I'm Matt McCoy.
Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
Folks, I want to tell you about a company that does it right, a company that you should lend your trust to, a company that is not going to let you down. And in a sea of companies that do all of those things, let you down, overcharge you, take advantage of you, Mills Air stands out. Their techs, the people that they hire to fix ACs, they're cream of the crop. It's because everybody wants to work for Mills Air because they know Leon Mills does things right. By his employees, certainly, and by you, the customer, who Leon wants you to be a customer for life. That's why he does it all. And he wants you to get up and running with your AC. Now, maybe you want to get ready for some colder fall days or even winter before too long. You don't know if your heater is going to be working. Preventative maintenance is the way to go. Have them check out your AC from top to bottom. Mills Air Tech will be out to your house before you know it and report back with an extensive outline of how your air conditioner is performing after all these years. They are fantastic, and they're a carrier-authorized dealer. So if you need any help with your air conditioner at all, you pick up the phone and you dial Mills Air. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or you find them online at millsair.com.
The City of Mount Dora presents the Fall Harvest Festival on Saturday, October the 18th, hosted by me, Russ Rollins of the Monsters of the Morning. The festival is going to be awesome. They're going to have live music from Cat Ridgeway, family fun, a lot of activities, and the downtown parade of scarecrows with a big drone display afterwards. This is going to be great. It's a festival that starts at 5 p.m. at Sunset Park in downtown Mount Dora. It's free to the public, and information for everything, go to MountDoraSpecialEvents.com, sponsored by Renewal by Anderson, Real Radio 104.1, and Discovery Lake.
If you want your windows there in weeks.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good. What's going on in your world? You cool? Did you go to the grocery store? You know that before too long I'm going to be done and I'm going to want to eat something?
I know, I'm going right now.
Can you stop blabbing and go do the thing that you're supposed to do? Do I need to write down a little sheet of your womanly duties and what you need to do? Do you need a sheet?
You're going to beat the form somewhere real fast.
Huh? Do you need a womanly duties sheet?
No.
So you know what to do then.
I'm going to get you tuna.
No!
Or what's that? Or the bottled fish.
Bottled fish?
It starts with a G.
I don't want gefilte fish.
Yeah, get you
No, that's the Jewish stuff.
And then I'm gonna get rid of all the other protein in it.
No, I want to have a good lunch. Please, I'm sorry, I take it back. It's not your womanly duty. Okay.
Do you need anything?
I need chicken and rice.
I know that.
And also, no, that's it. Never mind. I'll take them if you don't mind. Okay. Godspeed. Okay. See you later. Get on out of here. Only 100 likes, says Kevin. I mean, it feels like an affront. Feels like you don't like me. Maybe you don't. But let's check that out. If you don't like me, hit the like button right now. All right? If you don't like me, hit the like button on the YouTube stream right now. All right? Okay, get all the negative likes in. Hit that like button if you hate me. And then now, if you do like me, hit that like button. If you do like me, hit the like button over on YouTube. Third option, if you're just kind of here or there, like middle of the road, like give it or take, you know. Also, now hit the like button. Hate is a strong word. Well, if I'm going to have emotions coming out of you, I want them to be strong at the very least. Weak emotions are the lamest thing about the human existence.
No appointment needed. Get a friendly
Think about
oil change from our team in about 15 minutes. Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons and to find a location near you. Real Radio is on
Here we go.
at Real Radio 1041. In about 15 minutes, go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons and to find a location near you.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
I kind of promise. You're in an okay place. This place is okay. And you can take a seat and enjoy yourself with the three best friends you never knew you had going through the most viral stories of the day. Learn more about this show over at thenewsjunkie.com. You guys want to go for a run? What do you think?
No.
Can we do this? No, it's just a flat out no. Like you would
like
never
a wind
do.
sprint or doing like an 800 meter.
I got to tell you, it's a big ask that we have going on here. Somebody just did this. This was a marathon that people just ran. It's a bad idea. I'm going to tell you that ahead of time. Before we get into jury duty, this is just a bad idea. But there was an ultra runner event where they did a 50K marathon. For those of you keeping track, that is 31 miles.
Over the course of 6 months, I can do that.
No, you can't do that over 6 months. Nope, you have to finish the 31 miles within 11 hours. That's all you get. You have 11 hours. Now, here's the twist. This is called, and they just wrapped this up, it's called the International Taco Bell 50K Ultra Marathon. The race is
a weird thing for Taco Bell to put their stamp on.
Oh, I should be clear about this. They are not officially backing this event in any way.
Oh.
They are not. No. The race is a loop through Denver, Colorado, and you have to stop at all 10 Taco Bells on the loop. The only thing you can eat is Taco Bell. You have to eat at every Taco Bell
that
you
sounds
run
messy,
to.
man.
You have to order at least one Chalupa Supreme or Crunchwrap Supreme by the 4th stop, one Burrito Supreme, one Nachos Bel Grande by the 8th stop. You have to finish this within 11 hours, stopping at all of these 10 Taco Bells and eating a food item. You can use the bathroom, but it is absolutely forbidden to use any Pepto-Bismol. You are not allowed to. That is cheating. You have to run 31 miles all the while eating Taco Bell. And good luck.
And what do you win?
You don't win anything. I don't think there were 600 people.
So race rules. One, be present at all 10 Taco Bell stops along the course. 0 tolerance for course cutting. 2, eat a menu item from at least 9 of the 10 Taco Bell stops. Mm-hmm. Then they talk about the Chalupa Supreme thing by the 4th stop, the Burrito Supreme or Nacho Bel Grande by the 8th stop. Finish under 11 hours. Drinks do not count as food. And then they blah, 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 blah.
Because that Baja Blast is not going to be your shortcut. You got to eat something, all right?
If you intend to participate, RSVP your statement of intent. Once you RSVP, you are in. This is like the goblet of fire. No Pepto, Mylanta, no Pepsid. Additional rules may be changed, added, amended. And then just 13, it says, congratulations, question mark.
And
you
people
don't even
did
get it. They said 600 people participated. There's not even a prize that I can tell.
You're weird, Colorado.
There's
You're weird.
There's extra little like accolades that you can add to this. Sort of like, when you graduate college, you could graduate with honors. You could do the magna cum laude, summa cum laude, right? There's extra things.
What can you do here?
You can add to your accomplishment. One of them is the Diablo challenge, where you lather all items with Diablo sauce and do a Diablo shooter at the end.
Something will be shooting. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then, last but not least, the Baja Blast Challenge, where you drink an aggregate of 2 liters of Baja Blast during the run without vomiting.
This is just bad. This is just a horrific idea.
And
but if you want to try it,
read it is like, I'm in, babe. Start
50K.
training.
The International Taco Bell 50K Ultra Marathon. Get ready for next year. Yeah, now's the time to get that training in if you can.
This event is not sponsored by or endorsed by Taco Bell Corp., so be cool, it says at the very bottom of the website, which, by the way, good get on them. The website is TacoBell50K.com.
All right. Yeah.
So it's not the company's not affiliated, but I don't think they seem to have a problem with it.
It's not making them look too bad just yet, but we'll see how it goes over.
But is it or isn't it? Like, if the whole point of it is that, like, we're choosing this restaurant to punish ourselves with over the entirety of this 50K run, as Taco Bell, are you not taking a little bit of offense to that?
I don't know, because there's another one too. Maybe you guys will have heard of this. There's some challenge that people do where you're supposed to go to like 5 fast food places in a row, and you have to eat like 3 items off the menu, and if you puke, you lose, and like, all of those things. Like, there were some of the fast food places that were welcoming it a little bit because they want to sell stuff,
right?
But it's still like, it's still negative connotation to it.
Yeah, I guess it's not terrible. I just think that like maybe just Taco Bell gets where they sit in the ether of fast food and, you know, whether or not people choose to eat them. But it seems like you might be a little mad if, like, when South Park did the episode where Randy Marsh takes the biggest crap in the world. I know this is a weird reference to make.
Speaking of the Sistine Chapel,
there's a weird reference to make, but there's an episode of South Park where Randy Marsh takes the world record biggest crap ever, and they measure it in Courics, which is it's a dig at Katie Couric, which is hilarious. But also, he said like the secret to his accomplishments in the bathroom there were eating a lot of P.F. Chang's. And I was like, P.F. Chang's can't like this. There's no.
In one way, you're a consumer of their product, which is nice, but it's just bad in another. All right, here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt. Excuse me, of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 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 or justcallmo.com. After an accident, you have lots of attorneys out there trying to get your attention, but the one you need to go to is the one you hear right here on the show. That's Mo DeWitt. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. All right, what should happen here? A couple of things, and then mailbox money. One, in Lake Worth, a father is demanding answers over the way his 9-year-old son, Nathaniel Dopico was treated following an investigations into a threatening note left in another student's journal. So this young girl got a note in her journal, and it was like a very, very angry, threatening note. And they brought in this 9-year-old, and the 9-year-old was like, I didn't do it. And they were like, you better tell us the truth, you little son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And the 9-year-old goes, fine, I did it. And they then named the kid at school, and all the other kids were like bullying this kid for being the little terrorist getting caught sending this message. Turns out the principal had gone, we got cameras. You better just admit to it. We got the cameras. You admit to it.
You're
and
done,
the kid goes,
mister.
I did it. And then all of a sudden, some other kid at the school came forward and said, it was actually me. And they checked, and it was. They got the wrong kid. Even though they blamed it on this other kid,
and you
Nathaniel
checked the
Dopico.
cameras beforehand.
I don't know. I think they might have been
Way to be
fibbing.
adults about this.
I think they might have been fibbing about having the information that they had, like the camera footage. And at first I was like, well, if he did it, he should be punished. But if he didn't do it and he got labeled as a little crazy threatening kid, that would absolutely suck. So the father's going after the school. An AT&T data breach settlement claim is nearing. You got to get your mailbox money. This was spotted in March of 2024. You can get your piece of $177 million because AT&T had an issue where they compromised addresses, social security numbers, and passcodes of users going back to 2019. The call logs and text messages of nearly every AT&T customer that took place between May 1st and October 31st of 2022 are probably in on this. So you could be one of the people affected. Hang on real quick as we wrap this up. I want to tell you the website, AT&T data breach settlement. Mashable had a link to this, so I want to give this to you so you can go to the website if you need to. All right, go to the settlement website, which is telecomdatasettlement.com. You don't have much time left.
No, and check your spam folders. That's where I found my email from them. And,
oh, really?
And it wasn't just a claim number. It was like several steps and links and codes to verify who you were, because I think how much money is behind this there.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of cash.
You have to be a part of it.
If you didn't get your info, you can have them resend it. But go to Telecom Data Settlement if you have recently been an AT&T customer, because you'll get about anywhere from $40 to thousands of dollars in that mailbox money. All right. Quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about what happened in South Carolina over the weekend. There was an explosion in Tennessee we got to talk about. And maybe the most obnoxious update in the world of a major YouTuber. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this time it's gone too far. What happened? We'll tell you. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Win tickets to the Tampa Bay Bucks game Wednesday on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
A vehicle fire is getting cleared up, blocking all lanes on I-4 eastbound, approaching Florida's Turnpike. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency crews on the roadways. I-4 westbound past Lake Mary Boulevard. There's a crash off to the left shoulder, slowing things down. And once you get off Florida's Turnpike to I-75 northbound, it's stop and go from there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. Fall for a brooding duke. Dive into a steamy romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas. Or find the perfect rom-com from Lily Chu. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Get ready to join the Monsters in the Morning for their Halloween brew bus headed to Lake County. The two buses are ready to roll Saturday, October 25th with stops in Leesburg, Tavares, and Mount Dora. Costumes are optional, and tickets for the bus are now on sale. Special thanks to MNC Fence, Puddle Jumpers, MCA Transportation, Jersey Mike's, and Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. Get more information at realradio.fm/brew.
Sunnyside drains.
My shower's clogged. I think it needs to be snaked.
A snake? Where?
No, a plumbing snake.
Is it near me?
I should have called Frank Gay.
I'm hiding under the desk for safety.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
For clogged drains in your home, trust our highly trained techs who aren't afraid of a little snake. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
After an accident, you may have an x-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on x-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt.
When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back. We know doctors who are experts in diagnosing soft tissue injuries. They can help us prove that your pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses.
Farah and Farah, Orlando.
In a Greenway Kia.
For over 23 years, my family's been saying it. And right now, the savings are at an all-time high. With 3 convenient locations and one of the area's largest inventories, we deliver the selection and savings other dealers can't. And during the Kia Fall Savings event, you can save thousands. So if you're in the market for a new Kia, visit Greenway Kias and...
Hello. Hey there. You? One second, just getting something ready for Today I Learned at the end of the show.
Episode of My Favorite Murder.
So we enter the Power Hour.
Comedy and some light girl math. We're about to
TM.
ask you watch this. We have to think of something to say after welcome every week, and we're doing it every week for 10 years. Almost 10 years. 10. That's what 500 episodes sounds like. New episodes every Thursday. Listen to My Favorite Murder on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever.
Oh no, that's not how I want that.
You ever wonder how far an EV can take you on one charge? Well, most people drive about 40 miles a day, which means you can do all daily stuff no problem. Go to work, grab the kids at school, get the groceries, and still have enough charge to visit your in-laws in the next county. But they don't need to know that. And the best part, you don't have to buy gas at all. The way forward is electric. Explore EVs that fit your life at electricforall.org.
Get a $500 Amazon gift card. $500.
All set, fade in, save. Bippity boppity, give me that zoppity, baby. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. We're in a commercial break, but we're going to be coming back in just a couple of minutes. Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. in maybe one of the most obnoxious moves ever, that already obnoxious YouTuber, formerly of the Try Guys, who then got caught cheating on his wife, who then made a video podcast with his wife where he apologized, and it was the most awkward thing in the world. He has now popped up somewhere else. He has now popped up somewhere else. In this economy? You don't know him? Congratulations if you don't. The Try Guys were a very big BuzzFeed YouTube channel. They split off on their own. They were fairly successful at first, and then they just kept doing the same shit over and over and over. And then they were cringe after cringe after cringe. And they got that Hollywood in their blood. Happens to some of these YouTubers. Happened to Good Mythical Morning. Happens to a lot of these people where they just turn like all California on you. They did that. And his latest move is maybe one of the most obnoxious things I've ever seen. We'll talk about that in a moment. Kevin takes pride in being obnoxious. Good for you. News Junkie makes the hurt less. Well, if we can do that, I'm happy to participate in making things at least a little better for you on a Monday, Columbus Day, after all. What? Good Mythical Morning is amazing still? Boo! Hollywood sellout nerds. Abandoning Mark Rober was the most disgusting, backstabbing, horrendous move those guys did. And hiring Matt Lieb is unforgivable. Can't do it. Sorry!
JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. DEPOSIT. That's deposit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Back to the 3 best friends you never knew you had. This is the News Junkie.
Ken, were you the one? Might have been you. Thank you for being with us. Learn more about the show over on the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com.
I didn't even know J-Lo had a movie.
I second that. I
therein
don't
lies the problem.
remember seeing a trailer.
Yeah, therein lies
Anything.
the problem. I think it's a musical too.
Oh, perfect.
It's like a gay musical.
Aren't they all?
This one in particular. It was like about 2 prisoners who fall in love with each other. One was in jail for like having sex with a 16-year-old. It's some story that's like famous in gay stage circles, I guess. It's not on my radar, obviously.
I need to check my spam folder.
And then they made this movie about it, and J-Lo got it made. She said Ben Affleck was the person who she credited with getting this movie made. They spent $35 million on it. It made $800,000 this weekend. That ain't good.
Kiss of the Spider Woman?
Kiss of the Spider Woman. How many people went in thinking they were going to get something else out of that? Kiss of the
Spider Woman.
Yeah.
Spider Woman.
I'm ready
see
for
how
this.
she can kiss.
Yeah, that sounds great. I love the Spider-Man movies. Those are fantastic. And then you see this. It's not exactly.
Oh, Diego Luna's in it too.
I don't know who that is.
He was from Andor, Star Wars show.
Oh,
good actor.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I hope he still gets gigs after this one.
You know what we're going to get is another greatest hits tour from J-Lo.
That didn't go well last time, did it? As far as I recall, that was problematic seats-wise, just selling some tickets for her. Let's talk about this very quickly. I teased this before the break. I hate to even bring these guys up, but it is just unbelievable. There is a YouTube channel that was very popular for a time. If you don't know about this YouTube channel, well, it's obvious that can be the case for many of you at a certain age. But for a lot of younger people in particular, they knew about the Try Guys. Okay, the Try Guys.
Them again.
All right. The Try Guys came out of BuzzFeed, and they blew up, and they were like a big deal. And then they had a controversy because one of the main guys from their YouTube channel got caught cheating on his wife. Ooh. And then he did the podcast that you might remember. And it was so unbelievably cringe. He did the podcast with his wife to talk about him cheating on her. And the guy had more vocal fry than any other man in the history of vocal fry. It was just so unbelievably cringe, the whole thing.
Like purpose vocal fry, like Britney Spears or Paris Hilton style?
Hang on. Let me see if I can bring this up, just so you can get a
I knew if we asked enough questions, then we would end up watching it.
Conversation with Ariel Fulmer. I'll just give you a small taste, Rooney, of this. Here's Ned Fulmer.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer. 3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer. It became a massive public scandal that caused a lot of pain to a lot of people. I know that I represented myself as a kind of wife guy.
Right.
Who talked about his relationship and put that out there for public consumption. And you, as a viewer, I know that I broke your trust.
Okay, you get the idea. He goes on like that for an hour and 8 minutes. An hour and 8 minutes. So he posted that. That got 1 million views. His follow-up videos, not exactly bangers from what I can see. He's done some videos here that have fallen a bit short of that 1 million line. Went from 1.1 million, the conversation with his wife, to 45,000 in the next podcast, to 16,000 to 6.7 thousand as of the latest episode that the Try Guy has put out there. So you got to start figuring out what you can do, and figure it out. He did. He decided, let's go for it. He showed up this weekend at AEW Wrestling. He's the latest bona fide wrestler.
No, he's not.
Okay. AEW, and they call him Nasty Ned when he's in the ring.
Should have stuck with Wife Guy.
Yeah, Wife Guy probably would have been
can
better.
Can you imagine what his little speech is as a wrestler?
Cut a promo.
I'm gonna
so cringe. Oh my God, I'll give you one worse. Look at this is his moves in the ring. Well, we can describe it for everybody else, but I can.
Say, you know what? That's all I needed to see.
You only saw a second. You're
about to get a pancake ass.
Here goes this YouTuber, the Try Guy, who's just, it feels like he has a fetish for embarrassing himself in public, and we're continuing on with that. But now, like, he's got to dance. Yeah, he's like,
oh, Lord.
He does like finger guns moving backwards and then, moving forwards.
And this man was able to catch a mistress, huh? And by that, I mean mistress.
Yeah, he did find somebody to cheat on his wife with.
Those dance moves.
This is what they're looking for. I've never seen AEW, but I assumed it was a fairly big competitor to the WWE.
But this footage doesn't support that.
No, it does not.
Nasty Ned going, whoa, yeah, like a old man hula hooping for the first time.
Why did they let him dance so long? That is like armbar him to the ground, please. Where's the wrestling?
That's what Sean looked like this morning right before the show started. You couldn't see him.
This is like a level of desperation in your career. You're like, nobody's watching. Here we go. We just do one of these. Yeah, little finger guns, backing yourself into the ropes, and then pretend to put your guns away.
Ladies, he's single.
And then there's something about if you try to like twerk your ass, but you don't have an ass, it's one of the more embarrassing things. It is.
It's concave.
Fresh Rock says, Sean at the roast when it's over and he hits the last joke.
1,000%.
She's like, yeah.
1,000%.
I
think you can dance a little bit better than that, but you do have the same outfit for the roast, which is so weird.
I would be flattered by you saying that, but it's just so bad. It's just so unbelievably bad. Cringe overload, but enjoy if you're a wrestling fan. He's now in your world, just
You
like
just ruined the sport, I think.
one of the Paul brothers is in wrestling, right? Is it Logan or I think it might be Logan, but I never know.
I thought he was boxing.
Yeah, I think
No,
Jake's
Jake
the
was
wrestler.
boxing. Wait, I can't keep my.
They both have been professional boxers. They both have done professional boxing bouts. But I thought it was Logan who was doing the WWE stuff. And by the way, crap on him all you want. He was really impressive. Like the wrestling I saw of him was him jumping from one rope to the other side of the ring and putting his body on the line like
Now go
the
back
real
to the
wrestlers
dancing
do.
real quick.
And then
And
this
then
guy,
there's that.
Nasty Ned, ain't gonna cut it. He ain't gonna make it happen. All right,
Not
let's see
even
what
a
else.
really great wrestling name.
No, it's not. No, not at all. Let's see what else. Oh, I wanted to get into this because people were saying that ABC News and George Stephanopoulos should apologize, okay? Because ABC cut off the Vice President J.D. Vance and went to commercial during an interview this week. Let's tune in. Let's see what this sounded like. They said that J.D. Vance should get an apology from
This is a
ABC
great
News.
still.
This is him in the middle of it. And there's a story that goes along with this, but here's what happened. They said ABC News should apologize.
I don't know what tape you're referring to, George. I saw media reports that Tom Homan accepted a bribe. There's no evidence of that. And here's, George, why fewer and fewer people watch your program and why you're losing credibility. Because you're talking for now 5 minutes with the Vice President of the United States about this story regarding Tom Homan, a story that I've read about, but I don't even know the video that you're talking about. Meanwhile, low-income women can't get food because the Democrats and Chuck Schumer have shut down the government. Right now, we're trying to figure out how to pay our troops because Chuck Schumer has shut down the government. You are focused on a bogus story. You're insinuating...
All right, so far, he hasn't really cut him off, but I guess that happens. I guess ABC News and George Stephanopoulos cut off J.D. Vance here.
Criminal wrongdoing against a guy who has done nothing wrong instead of focusing on the fact that our country is struggling because our government's shut down. Let's talk about the real issues, George. I think the American people would benefit much more from that than from you going down some weird left-wing rabbit hole where the facts clearly show that Tom Homan didn't engage in any criminal wrongdoing.
It's not a weird left-wing rabbit hole. I didn't insinuate anything. I asked you whether Tom Homan accepted $50,000, as was heard on an audio tape recorded by the FBI in September 2024, and you did not answer the question. Thank you for your time this morning.
No,
Well,
George,
Governor
I
J.B.
said that I don't.
Pittsburgh's up next. We'll be right back.
Oh, that's it. Oh, well, like you're going to run into a time crunch. He let him have a whole response before that.
Wait, George.
Yeah. Like, would it have been better if they went to him and then just like cut him off in the middle of everything?
They
I
do
don't
have
think
to
it was
go
that
to
bad.
The next program, right?
I'll tell you. Do you guys know what he's talking about?
The leaked audio?
I want to know
Or I guess
more
not
about
leaked.
this. But the guy, look up Tom Homan. I think he's the ICE director.
Border czar.
Border czar? Okay, he's the border czar, replacing Kamala Harris at the border czar position, I guess. And Tom Homan is this dude you've probably seen on TV a lot. He's all about like deporting people and whatnot. But there were allegations, and I don't know how much truth there is to the allegations, but they're hilarious. The allegations are that Tom Homan was set up on this meeting, and he went to this meeting. And you guys are both familiar with Cava, the fast casual restaurant,
Yes.
right? Apparently, he goes to a Cava restaurant, and when he gets there, some mysterious man hands him a Cava bag with $50,000 cash in it, and he took the Cava bag, and that's part of like this whole thing where they were saying he was bribed. Now, I don't know what the truth is of what actually happened, but I can tell you that if that part's true, like there's no circumstance where I would walk into a Cava and they would hand me a bag with $50,000. I'd be like, see you later. Like, this doesn't seem
Sounds
fishy
good.
at all.
These aren't the tacos.
Organic. This is how every above board deal works.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find the audio itself, but I
don't-
back in
I haven't heard that.
2024 that he was approached by FBI agents posing as businessmen.
Uh-huh.
And that's when they offered
Hello?
to pay him $50,000 in cash in exchange for favorable government contracts.
Yeah, so he wasn't working for the government at that time, I don't think. I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is a bad guy thing or not, but I know it looks fishy to get $50,000 in a kava bag. Though, like, just the detail of that part is an interesting one. So
just
I'd like
having $50,000, you know, there are questions. Like in cash.
All right. I got questions. I'm wondering what happened, what led to all of this. A BDMX Con says they need to release what they have on him. That'd probably be a smart idea, especially if nothing bad happened here.
Yeah, back in September of 2025, and this was the Democrats-judiciary.house.gov press release, saying that the FBI director demanded the release of the explosive recordings that reportedly had shown the borders are accepting this money. So
yeah,
the government's posting about it, at least, just not the recordings.
Well, because it just came out not that long ago that this happened, and the FBI, I guess, under Biden was investigating him and like trying to sting him up in this thing. But I haven't been able to sort through exactly what's real and fake, and I don't even know. That's why you should release more information. I mean, that's what I said about all these like ICE videos. There needs to be more of a coordinated effort to say this is going viral. Here's our response. This is going viral. Here's our response. There's so many people mad about stuff that's fake. I mean, some of it's real, but there's so many people that are just absolutely ass mad about stuff that's fake. I had somebody in chat last week say, hey, there was this building and they took the Chicago citizens outside and they made their kids sit naked in the middle of the night in the cold and they zip tied them and, you know, yada, yada, yada happened. It was like, that is not at all what happened in this case. There could be different existences or could be different circumstances where ICE has gone way too far. I've seen some videos where I wasn't comfortable with. I know that. There could be instances of this, but like the one that people take and spin out, they get all mad about. The story is not that at all. The story was that there were different gang members from Tren de Aragua who had infiltrated this building, and they actually only raided the units that nobody was supposed to be in, that they were squatting on, and pushed the people outside. And there were no naked kids, and there was no kids that were zip tied. And so I don't know any other way than to get ahead of these things with as much evidence as you can. Say, like, here's the thing that's going viral right now. We understand that people are reacting to this. Here's our response. That just doesn't seem to be happening, and I think it would be smart for it to be happening. Let's see here. We can
as far as the Stephanopoulos thing, though, it's like it sounded cut off because he ended the interview probably abruptly, and whoever was in charge of cutting the audio feed there didn't hit that button in time, and so it sounded like he just like interrupted the guy and went to commercial. But for Stephanopoulos, it was like, okay, you want to talk about your thing, I want to talk about my thing. We're not going to come together on that, so we're done.
Yeah,
But George,
everybody wanted to have like their final word, but guess what? You can't do that. Somebody has to say the final thing. At least he let him go on for a couple of minutes, it sounded like, before that, and get everything out of his system, and then he just said, here's my response. We're going to commercial break. I've heard a lot worse, okay? I've heard a lot more biased stuff out there than that. It didn't seem quite as bad to me.
I don't think you should apologize.
I didn't think it was that bad, but we'll see what you think. Let us know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, we'll get to some folks who are responding to various things we talked about today. The South Carolina bar thing. Who were some of these folks released by Hamas, their stories, and a whole bunch more. We got a lot to do in only a little bit of time, so we'll dive a bit deeper. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
All lanes are blocked. All ramps are blocked due to a vehicle fire getting cleared up on I-4 eastbound approaching Florida's Turnpike. Keep an eye out for a crash off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound past Lake Mary Boulevard.
Hello.
This report is sponsored by Blinds.
Welcome, everybody. Hit that like button if you don't mind. That'd be kind. I appreciate it. If you are new around here, hit that subscribe button over on YouTube.
You know, I got this internal email.
Lot is still making JD Vance couch jokes in 2025.
Looking at yesterday was talking about
Awesome.
power bill.
Very hilarious.
Residential
Very
electricity rates have been rising fast. more than 30%
Brand new meme.
since 2020, double the rate of inflation of a lot of other products.
Snoop Frog says, "Are they delivering mail today?"
And if that's something you
I don't know.
limited options.
Is it still a federal holiday?
Solar system and taking control of your energy. That's what Solar Installers of Florida excels at. You call them up, they're going to design and install a solar system built for your home, tailored towards your energy needs, and you can lock in lower costs.
Chaos says, "Who hasn't effed their couch before?"
For years to come. And right now,
I can honestly say I've not done that.
And even more affordable
Yeah.
because that federal tax credit will take care of like 30.
Count me in on the not having sex with couch.
When that thing goes away,
Front.
you could be leaving thousands.
And look at all the couches I have.
So stop dreading that.
I could choose for this couch.
Or to energy freedom. Call Solar Installers.
I could choose this couch over here.
Call them at 407-777-5050. Tell them Sealand from the News Junkie sent you.
I mean, they're both nice leather couches.
407-777-5050.
I got couches up there. I got couches upstairs. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 couches. 5 couches. No mail? Okay, no mail. Yeah, I guess it's still, I think it's still an official holiday, but they might have woke it up to Indigenous Peoples Day or some shit. Hey, who saw, I've seen this getting a little bit of attention. Hang on. The Alabama Solution. Any hands up for having watched the Alabama Solution this weekend? Anybody watch that?
And fast too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit
the Alabama Solution, a documentary that dropped where they're claiming that prison is gross and prison is a unsafe, unpleasant experience. It features live interviews through smuggled phones with inmates. I thought it might be interesting. I don't know if you guys saw this. The Alabama Solution. I did not think it was good. Did not think it was well done. But maybe you liked it. Kevin says, yeah, so it's prison. Yeah, I mean, they were talking about, because there was an inmate who had 2 shivs and attacked the staff at the prison. And he died in the melee that ensued. And his head was all bruised up and they were claiming he was murdered or whatever. And the whole point of this documentary is that, like, we should let former inmates find out how to make this a pleasant process. And they lean on correctional a lot in this. What's that? Oh, you got a little witch hat, huh? Oh, wow. Little lady's not going to want to wear that, is she?
I don't care.
Oh, that's true. Oh, a pumpkin toy. That's cool. She'll like that. That's good. Did you get me my my rice and chicken? Oh, look, that's a scarecrow guy. Oh, you got the cat toy too? A cat and the dog? It's interesting. Did you do your womanly duties or no?
Yeah, I spent your money.
Oh. Pumpkin for a lady dog? She's gonna like that. She likes the ones with the rope on them. I think she does. Okay, see you later.
Stomach issues again? Stomach issues?
Yeah, I mean, the idea of like bringing in a bunch of like prison activists who tend to be like Zoran Mamdani, prison abolitionists. And if you're a prison abolitionist, I want you nowhere near the power structure. What kind of dipshit idea is it that we need to abolish prisons and that if we just kumbaya with the bad guys, everybody will be good guys and there'll be no prison population? That's just absolute dipshittery. That is not only a bad idea, but will bring about so many bad incomes for so many Americans that I have to stand up and say, no, when people attempt that. But that's kind of what they wanted. It just wasn't a very good documentary. But I want to see the one. I want to see the one that's coming out on Friday on Netflix about the white lady neighbor with the little black kids in the neighborhood and she shot them. That looks good. That looks good.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Step inside your 3-pound universe, your brain. I'm David Eagleman, and this season on Inner Cosmos, we'll uncover how politics, AI, and the future of our species all emerge from our brains. Why does time stretch? Why does nostalgia ache? How do memory glitches, culture, and technology shape who we are? If you're ready to discover more about yourself and understand the world around you, open your free iHeartRadio app, search Inner Cosmos, and listen now.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. DEPOSIT. That's deposit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
We'll talk more about this week. The roast of Sean Wasson. That's me. And it's going to be a brutal event that's going to be absolutely hilarious. So do make sure you're keeping up with what's going on. Details for the event over at thenewsjunkie.com/roast.
Time be a ticking.
We don't have too much time
left. A lot of work this weekend, a lot of typing.
17 days left. 17 days left until the roast event. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com/roast. All right. I got some emails. I wanted to get to those. Actually, let's work on a couple emails real quick before I get to this story. Steve emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, Sean, that Taco Bell challenge. For the record, it was the Taco Bell 50K, I believe. Taco Bell 50K. Not affiliated with Taco Bell.
In 11 hours.
Yes.
Right?
11 hours, 50K. You had to run a 50K. And then you have to go to 9 out of 10 Taco Bells, I believe, in the area.
And no Pepto or anything.
You have to go to every one, but you have to eat at 9 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. I mean, it just seems like a bad idea. You got to eat like the, what's the big fold up thing? It's like, that alone is.
Chalupa?
No. It's like a quesadilla looking thing. It's all kind of folded together that they mentioned having to try.
Supreme.
I'll figure it out at some point in time. No, that's okay. The Taco Bell item, Crunchwrap Supreme. That alone. But it's everything could be Supreme. It just means that it has sour cream and tomatoes. Yeah, it's just like a little upgrade thing, but it's the Crunchwrap that's the big ass thing. You unfurl that thing, it's like a parachute. It's massive. Hey, Sean, that Taco Bell challenge and the fast food challenge you mentioned reminded me of an old show that was on the G4 network. I remember that.
Yeah.
About 20 years ago, called Hurl, where they would have contestants eat stuff like hot dogs or milkshakes or some other gross foods and then have them ride carnival rides that spin you around. And if you didn't hurl, you won at the end of the day. It was different levels and stuff, eliminations and stuff like that. Reminded me of that. All right, thanks. Love the show, says Steve. That sounds like Fatties at the Fair to me.
Their website, though, for this Taco Bell 50K is pretty funny. Like,
is it? What is it?
It's got some good stuff there. TacoBell50K.com. It says, like, entrants must keep all receipts and wrappers for confirmation of stupidity at the end of the run.
So we just missed this, right? Yeah. This was like a week ago or something. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It says it's almost taco time, and they have a countdown for the next one. The 8th edition of the Taco Bell 50K Ultra Marathon. Become a survivor, and you'll be revered and heckled for life. And they said 600 people participated in this. They're out of their damn minds.
Says the International Taco Bell 50K boasts a higher DNF rate, did not finish, than the famed Leadville 100 trail race. Don't know what that is, but
like a serious one, I'm imagining.
Maybe.
Mike emails tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Hearing the story about that guy's nose, go take a look at that on See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com.
Nose guy.
It reminds me of Steve Martin's movie Roxanne. Oh, true, yeah. He couldn't drink wine out of a wine glass. He had to use a straw. A lot of good nose jokes in that flick. And many people chiming in about Diane Keaton, which, as I was saying, was pretty much universally loved, it seemed. I did see one article that Courtney said, she was like, oh, these people wrote something negative and mean because I guess she had become friendly with Woody Allen or something. It's like, hey, why are you just looking to be mean after somebody dies? Diane Keaton was a great actress. She seemed like a nice person.
Wasn't that her breakout role, Annie Hall?
Maybe. I'm sure. She was in a lot of stuff that I saw, though. I was kind of surprised going through the list. I was like, oh, I've seen a lot of these movies. She was in many movies I've seen. All right, let's go over this real quick here because I mentioned this earlier. We might as well pay this off. Here is Trump speaking in Israel about the folks celebrating because the hostages were released after 738 days.
I've never seen anything like what's going on today all over the world.
I'm going to have to pump this up a little bit. Hang on. All right, hang on. Let me go back because the audio is low on this. Now I've got us. Now we're nice and loud.
I have never seen anything like what's going on today all over the world. People are dancing in the streets, not just in Israel. They're dancing in the streets of countries that would have never danced in the street about what's happening today. They're dancing in those streets.
They're dancing in the streets, and they were celebrating both in Israel and Gaza as these hostages were released on the Israeli side. You know, the Israeli hostages were released. And then on the Gaza side, a bunch of prisoners and other folks who were being held by the Israeli military.
Who would
were
not
released.
be celebrating this? Like the Hamas themselves? Or
no, they were part of the whole negotiations. So they seem to at least be interested in this. I know that Iran isn't very thrilled because Iran wants these people to fight forever, and they fund all these groups, including Hamas, and they haven't been celebrating this or taking part in it. But there were a bunch of people who have been held in captivity for 738 days and have now finally been released, including Alon Ohel, who is 24 years old, was abducted from a shelter after fleeing the Nova Music Festival. So many of these people were just at a music festival when these Hamas members attacked. They were told to target civilians, and so that's what they did. They were told to shoot and kill these people and to cause chaos and to burn their houses down, and that's what they did. Alon Ohel, 24 years old, now free. Ariel Cuneo, 28 years old, taken from the kibbutz near Orz in southern Israel. If you don't know what a kibbutz is, that is basically like a socialist commune is the best way that I can explain it as I know it. In Israel, they have these kibbutzes, and they go there, you live there, everybody shares everything. It's like a socialist little world in there where they focus on their religion. And that was one of the places where they attacked. And Ariel Cuneo, who was at one of these kibbutzes, 28 years old, is now free. Avinaton, or I'm going to screw up some of these names, 32-year-old kidnapped from the Nova Music Festival. Bar Cooperstein, 23, kidnapped while working at the Nova Music Festival. David Cuneo, 35, abducted from the kibbutz with his wife, twin daughters, sister-in-law, and young niece. The women and girls were released in November of 2023. He's the brother of another hostage, so like a big portion of his family was taken. Eaton Horn, 38 years old, kidnapped from one of the kibbutzes while visiting his brother. And another one was a security guard, 25 years old, from that same music festival. Elkanah Bolbot, who she's one of the only females who has been released alive. She was kidnapped from the Nova Music Festival and was one of the organizers of said festival. Also from the festival was Ayatar David, 24 years old. Gally Berman and Ziv Berman, 28, twin brothers who worked for Light and Sound at the music festival. And then several other people from the music festival. A soldier who was pulled from his tank and abducted near the Gaza border, 22-year-old Matan Angrest. Matan Zangauer, 25-year-old, kidnapped from his home at one of his kibbutzes. And then the final two, Nimrod Cohen. That's a tough name. Nimrod Cohen, an IDF soldier who was kidnapped after his tank was attacked near the border. And Omri Miran, 48, who was kidnapped from his home. He also was at that kibbutz.
Do you think they
at the time
say Nimrod over where Nimrod lives?
Nimrod? How else am I? Is there another way for me to say that?
Do you think that you said it's a tough name growing up?
Yeah.
Do you think it is? Like, do you think that is a term that is used over there?
I hope not, because that's bad. That's like being born with the name Dumbass. Dumbass Wasson.
The name is Dumas.
Mr. Dumas is the name indeed. I also wanted to mention, did you guys see that insane story? See, Len, you might be able to
bring a lot to Dumbass and Dumbass. I'm a go-getter.
You might be able to get a quick rundown of this. It's a little bit difficult of a story. But before we wrap things up today, Trump late last week, put some new tariffs on China. And right as he was about to do this, in like a matter of hours before Trump's press conference to surprise announce these tariffs on China, somebody shorted Bitcoin. And they put together like $30 million, and then they leveraged it on these crypto accounts. It's a little fishy. Like, how did you know exactly what was going to come out at this press conference enough that you would put over $100 million on the line? People speculating that this is somebody at the White House, somebody who knew, somebody who had some inside information. Who knows? Right?
Is there such thing as insider trading if it's Bitcoin?
I don't know. That's another good question. But the person put up, this was in I think C-Line could fact check.
Whale bags $160 million by shorting ahead of Trump's China tariff.
In $160 million in like an hour, right?
The crypto market saw more than $17 billion in leveraged positions being wiped out over the last 4 hours. The development follows President Donald Trump announcing a 100% tariff on China.
Yeah, so he shorted Bitcoin, this guy, and leveraged tens of millions of dollars into a lot more and made, how much did you say?
160 mil.
That's crazy.
There's at least one trader who is sitting on millions of dollars after shorting cryptocurrencies ahead of the shocking announcement. A popular on-chain analytics account shared that a crypto trader closed leverage positions in Bitcoin and Ethereum. The BTC whale, Bitcoin whale, closed 90% of his BTC short and fully closed his Ethereum short, making around 190 to 200 million profit in just one day on Hyperliquid.
Crazy. Like, and how did this person know? How did they know to bet this big?
Would have known.
I do too. I wouldn't even know how to do this. If you don't know what any of this
I have no idea what I just said.
If you don't know what any of this means.
But wouldn't that be the moment, like, as someone who has Ethereum, like, if he did it, then that would have been the day for other people to also?
Yes, but you would have had to know that something was happening right in that moment. And when you short something, like if you short Bitcoin, what you're doing is placing a bet against the value of Bitcoin. So you're risking a lot. You're saying, I think Bitcoin is actually going to go down. And so we put these bets that Bitcoin was going to go down just like an hour before Trump does a press conference about China and these tariffs. And then Bitcoin tanks as a result of that press conference. And while it's tanking, he collects on his shorts and he sells everything and then moves it over to these accounts, 10 million at a time. And the guy made well over $100 million in like an hour or something. And I'm like, this is a different world. I'm not even operating in the world where this guy was to make life-changing legacy wealth for your family for 100 generations in 5 seconds, basically. Just crazy.
So just, probably just going to pack it all up, cash it out, and retire? Or
I
he
guess
keeps
so.
going? No, this guy keeps going.
Now you just do it for fun at this point. You're like, well, I made that. Let's try it again. When we come back, here's what we're going to do. Somebody said, just tell it. Was it Barron Trump? No one knows. No one knows who it was. It had to be somebody who had access to at least tens of millions of dollars, who knew financial markets and who knew likely what this announcement was going to be. I don't know who that person is. That's the Bitcoin thing is it's anonymous mostly. But when we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Peace, love, unity, respect.
I would wear my knuckles down to a nub punching people in the place.
Oh, I thought it's just because you drag them.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Whoa, hey, hey! Hey!
Into the low and middle 80s, the high around 85 degrees today.
Thank you.
Expect plenty of sunshine and low humidity, and this trend will only.
You cannot find good help anymore. You cannot.
Stray shower or two, mostly for Wednesday, but otherwise.
Okay.
Hang on. This trend will only continue throughout the next couple of days. There's a slim.
Rate the show.
Upgrade your sleep sale is here.
Rate the show. Rate the show out of 10. 10 out of 10 means you had a great time. 1 out of 10 means you had a bad time. You're gonna have a bad time. Rate the show. 10 out of 10's a winner. 1 out of 10's a loser. There are no wrong answers. We got an 8. 9 out of 10 rated shows. I'll take it. I'll take the numbers. I'm happy about it. 5 Mr. Predicto death wishes out of 10. Understandable, Bootsy. Understandable. I understand. 7.5. 7 out of 10. Genocide is defeated, and I hate it. Tough times for you, Chaos. You could go watch some like Faces of Death stuff or something. Keep you going. 8.8. 8.4. Purple out of 10. Okay. Think about who's chatter of the day. I got to go get Taylor. Thanks, Cal.
Hey, it's Karen in Georgia, and we just celebrated our 500th episode of My Favorite Murder. That's 500 podcasts filled with true crime, comedy, and some light girl math. We're about to podcast if you watch this. You have to think of something to say after.
Okay. Who's our chatter of the day? Uh-oh. Bootsy chatter of the day?
New episodes every Thursday. Listen to My Favorite Murder on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Goodbye.
90 seconds. We got to do it fast. We got to do it fast. They said he couldn't do it. They said he shouldn't do it. They said you shouldn't do it at all. But he did it anyway. He's been publicly expressing that he's hurt, that there has been a stop to the war in Gaza. He's upset that more people aren't being bombed. It's a really fucked up position. I don't know why he's taking it, but, you know, to each their own, because he's your chatter of the day. Chaos on Twitch. Congratulations. Chaos on Twitch, your chatter of the day. Famous before this for being in a library of foot fetish urine videos. And now here in chat, hanging out with us. Chaos. Those Twinkle Feetsies videos were so good. Twinkle Feetsies 2. Tinkle Twinkle? Oh, that was a good one. Classic stuff. All right, we're coming back, baby. Here we go.
What moves you?
The best part? It's all free.
Join the millions who already have it on their smartphone. The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
Storms coming? Prep with Gorilla Tape. It's tough, weather resistant, and sticks to rough and uneven surfaces. Patch, hold, seal, and protect. Gorilla Tape holds strong in wind and rain. Gorilla Tape. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
If you're not confused, you are not paying attention. This is the news.
Stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. Thanks for being with us. And don't forget, before you know it, the event is going to be here. We have about 17 days until the roast. Now, I was looking yesterday. I think there's only 2 regular seats left. And we need some solo adventurers to knock those out. That's why they've lasted. But grab yours. Go to the roast of Sean Watson at Judson's Live. It's going to be a phenomenal event. You're going to be there for the taping of this event, and you're going to get all sorts of goodies. You're going to have a blast. You're going to laugh your ass off. it's going to be a night to remember. We dress up. We dress up for this, either in a costume or make it fancy. I got to work on my suit this weekend. A little bit of work done on that this weekend. I could not be more thrilled.
Getting it widened a bit?
No, I'll have you know.
Roasted.
Early roast. Early roasting.
I'll never survive. I'll have you know, I was doing research on what I should wear. I was like, what's proper fashion? What matches with what? I was putting some work in. And I'm excited for that. We got that coming up soon. TheNewsJunkie.com/roast. TheNewsJunkie.com/roast. Do we have enough time for a dispatch or what?
I don't know. And then also consider, I was just going to text it to you, less than 20 seconds. When you see that timer, take out 20 seconds. Thank you.
Oh, okay. The timer's wrong?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
All right. Let's just do one awesome one on the way out. That one's quite long. This is Square Slinger talking about art. Okay.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Sorry for the smoke alarm chirps. You're probably going to hear them.
It's okay.
Anyway, I went to the Louvre this past year, and it's funny, inside the room where the Mona Lisa is, which is a very small painting.
It's tiny.
If you're standing and staring at the Mona Lisa directly behind you, there is a massive painting that covers a wall that's probably, I don't know, 12 foot tall and 20 feet long. It's simply incredible. I found it more impressive than the Mona Lisa.
Can we get one more beep?
There's that. See ya.
A lot of people do. And to boot, the Mona Lisa wasn't even really popular for a while until it got stolen and returned and had like a crazy history being passed around.
I guess those big ones probably don't get stolen as much.
No, they're too big to steal. That goes back to the theory. These are tougher. Yeah, you do, huh? All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
To clear the deck, there was an explosion at this explosions factory, I guess I should say, in Tennessee.
That was wild to see.
18 people, I think, died. And they said just like there's no way to help them. The whole place blew up. The other thing was this shooting at this South Carolina bar that left 4 dead and 20 injured. And it's a place called Willie's Bar and Grill. From what I can tell, the history of this bar is like this place is drama-filled. There's former owners going after new owners. I wouldn't be surprised if that popped up in the reasoning why this whole thing went down.
Ex-wife says she's not surprised in the least.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Those vibes for sure. Today I Learned from Monday, October 13th, 2025. Today I Learned this lady right here. Diana Ross is correct. Diana Ross, although being nominated 13 times for a Grammy Award, has never won a single time.
Poor Diana.
It's kind of brutal. She's had 12 number one pop singles on the Billboard charts, which is impressive, obviously. The best charting female group was the Supremes that she was part of, and she never got a Grammy Award. Unbelievable. Today I learned a woman who slashed Leonardo DiCaprio's face and neck with a broken bottle at a Hollywood party in 2005 was sentenced to 2 years in prison. She reportedly snuck into the party and attacked the actor after mistaking him for an ex-boyfriend. DiCaprio had to get 17 stitches at the time. Today I learned this band right here.
YouTube?
She sells Sanctuary by The Cult. Yes, The Cult is correct.
My bad. Had nothing.
During the recording of the hit classic rock song She Sells Sanctuary by The Cult, their drummer Nigel Preston was so drunk, the band kept taking away pieces of his drum kit until he could only play just one. He could keep control of that in his drunken state. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Mr.